This needed to be public so I could get it off my chest, so I wouldn't have to walk around with it anymore. And he needed to hear it in public. He leaked homemade his bad faith. He was sharing with what he believed to be an adult content creator who people were talking to that happened years ago, but you keep mentioning it because it's true. Do you think sending homemade to somebody you've known for 10 days is a smart move? Yes or no? Literally, you guys are some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Do you think it's smart to share homemade with somebody you've known for 10 days? Yes or no? The answer is no.
Never let this guy back in, okay? Never let this guy back in, because this guy, dude. Okay. By the way, okay, it isn't because he is getting divorced. That's why he's being a person right now, all right? It's because he is a person. That is why he is getting divorced. That is why he is bad, okay? He isn't bad because he's going through a temporary crash out, but he's fundamentally a good person. No, you have to already have these bad traits. They're exemplified by the internet, and then ultimately all of this crashes, you know, into one big wreck, right? So be careful. It isn't because he's in a bad place, it's because he's a bad person, and that's why he ended up in a bad place, okay? Okay. All right, let's take a look at his talk with Kuihman.
Stamp out this organization or whatever incarnation of this organization comes after, you know, ultimately.
I have no idea how, I don't know if this is boring or not, but like this specific talk, because, you know,
you can't just so.
Because I'll be honest, the little that I've seen of it, it is a completely softball interview, okay? Completely softball, no pushback, spineless.
Of these situations through endless violence and destroying the opposition, because that hasn't worked historically. So that was my mindset, but still supportive, and was like, if there was going to be like limited strikes or whatever, yeah, cool, go for it. I understand the country won't defend itself. As time's gone on, seeing that blank check realized, learning more about, not even like, I want to say like the history, because not a lot of my analysis really, I don't really care that much about like, oh, who's right or wrong in the history, because it's just about what the outcomes are, but more just about why a lefty would say something like, you know, genocide is a necessity to the existence of
I'm not here for politics. Fuck that.
I think that you can establish, like the genocide thing, it calls back to me the Holocaust. I don't think that the Israelis are engaged in industrial slaughter at this time, but I do think that they have that. He showed that is because they videotaped a helicopter boarding mission. Would be abolished, and it would be a second of the Mr. Girl fallout.
I think those two are very different.
Well, elaborate, please.
Anna definitely less agency, especially because
on a scale of 1 to 10, could you give us a rate?
What he was spending about Anna and enjoying that content at the time. And so when I saw
is that a sufficient?
Did you guys know that I had an interview with Anna before? Yeah. Wait, actually, I can dig it up. Look, where's my talk with Anna? Oh.
Belief to be labeled a Zionist in your mind?
Yes.
Okay. And then are you anti-Zionist in that you think in an ideal world the state of Israel would be abolished and it would be a secular state?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand Ethan Klein's perspective, even if you think he's a piece of, well, I don't want to say a piece of shit. Do you think he's a piece of shit? Do you think he earnestly believes it and he's just incorrect? What do you think? What do you think about Ethan Klein?
I think Ethan Klein is a total piece of shit.
Can you list the reasons off? Is it just because?
Oh shit, did I delete the video? Somebody must have backed it up, right? Damn.
Because of Israel-Palestine, or is it other reasons as well?
No, it's not just because of Israel-Palestine. So, honestly, just being a Zionist on its own.
Which Anna? Both Annas. Anna Frills and Ukrainian Anna.
Well, it's like being a racist.
I talked to Ukrainian Anna a total of 3 times, I think. And I talked to Anna Frills 1 time.
Something. Like, yeah, it's bad.
On stream.
But, like, I'm not really impassioned about hating that person just on that one fact alone. You know, there's a lot of racists out there. There's a lot of Zionists out there. You know, you don't really get impassioned to hate someone just off of that. Ethan Klein's personal conduct is far more determinative in me hating him than his like beliefs, his political beliefs.
Is it, how much would you say the personal conduct issue is related to?
Pretty sure Ukrainian Anna's real name is actually much longer than just Anna. It's like 20 letters, like the first name.
Lawsuits and the nukes versus any other conduct that you can think of.
Yeah,
that's like
the
how much of your
lawsuits
hatred is the lawsuits.
The lawsuits are a huge amount of it.
Okay.
The lawsuits are the most significant part, probably.
And I remember this from some of your older content. So you were kind of like I don't want to say like a Kiwi farmer or whatever, but you were like a free speech, sympathetic shit poster on the internet. So part of what you admired about Destiny back in the old days was the fact that he was taking the fight to Keffels.
Yes, yeah.
Was there anything else that made you a fan of his?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I like debate stuff. I like seeing somebody perform well in debate.
Nastasia, yeah.
I used to watch
something like that.
Yeah, like a kill stream a whole bunch. I liked all the Bloodsport stuff. So it was just like that's all like content I was a big fan of. And then Destiny most closely aligned with my political beliefs. And then especially I was invested in the Keffel stuff. And when you backed off on that was really when I was like, okay, this guy kind of blows.
So that
yeah, but then Kuihman's entire like fucking attachments to who he follows and whatever, it's so boring. Don't worry, I'll spice it up, okay? Hutch can spice this up, I'll do it. Because I have context, okay? I have this thing called context. I have this thing called history, all right? And I have this thing called knowing too much, okay? And unemployment, okay? That's what I have. Basically, Kuihman spends his entire life fashioning his personality and choices around who is his daddy at the time, okay? Mr. Girl is his daddy, gotta go against Steven. Steven was his daddy, gotta admire him. Logic was his daddy, oh, gotta defend him, orbit him, right? So as long as you see Kuihman through that lenses, he seems a lot more pathetic than he actually is, okay? And he'll do anything to defend his daddy, okay? Who knows, maybe JSTLK is his daddy this time.
That dislike, to put it mildly, has solidified over the past few years, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are there additional, what are the additional things that have made you dislike him so vociferously, besides the backing off on digitally strangling Keffels?
Yeah, so it's just the personal conduct and the lying about it as well. Those are the biggest things, other than any abandonment of the Keffels sort of principles.
Can you elaborate? Because just as an example, I said that, and Steven scoffed at this. He said that, or I said that there could be very legitimate reasons for why people dislike you or hate you that they earnestly believe. And he was saying that no, it's all effectively like delusional sociopathy. So what are the things that
Yes, because the principles that Kuihman states or JSTLK states are completely inconsistent. But
top of not strangling Keffels in the crib when he had the chance, what are the personal conduct issues that have made you dislike him? And also, if there was a particularly egregious lie that you disliked.
So I was one of the people retarded enough to believe what he was spinning about Anna and enjoying that content at the time. And so when it all came together, I was like, oh wow, this guy's like kind of a total piece of shit. Obviously he denies that one. He has his own narrative about what happened there. I heard him say on stream something like, oh, if you showed that to anyone in real life, they wouldn't give a fuck. And that's just like totally delusional. Anyone that watched that stuff play out, even without knowing like all the context, just knowing what Destiny presents to stream, would probably be like, oh, this guy's kind of fucking crazy.
Well, I want to make a differentiation, and it's something that I don't expect you to sign on to, but I'll state it anyways. So with Anna, one of my criticisms that I've made known for a really long time is that I think that Steven engages with mentally ill women.
Sure.
He should know that they're mentally ill relatively quickly. They become infatuated with him because he's charismatic and funny and smart. My opinion, doesn't have to be yours. But then when they're a pain in the ass, he's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna dip out, and then that drives them fucking crazy. And if they don't move on and they make themselves part of the content, then he will use them for content. I think that's been true, descriptively, especially with Anna and Lavloon. So that's my criticism of him. But then my frustration too is I feel like the snarkers don't give any agency to the women. So what level of agency do you give to a character like Lav or Anna? Or I'm trying to think of another one.
I think those two are very different.
Well, elaborate,
Anna,
please.
Anna definitely less agency, especially because
on a scale of 1 to 10, could you give us a rate?
Well, it depends at what point and what was going on at the time. She has certain there are some things she did that she has more agency in, there are certain things she has less agency in.
What about so what I'm poking at is her ability to break it off. How much agency do you think you had there? Because I'll just articulate my worldview.
Sub three.
Exactly.
Points.
I was going to
is that like 10 most intense? 1 least intense?
say I felt like while she could adult, quote unquote, in other parts of her life, I felt like her capacity to break off was very low.
Yeah, so my feeling about it, based on the evidence, is that there was a level of will.
Oh, like ability to detach from the drama? Is that what they're talking about? Like ability to detach from like an obsession?
Full exploitation of her specific triggers around this sort of thing for both content and the continuation of the relationship. That's how it seems. There are such logs that I quote all the time where he's saying, well, she's begging to have her reputation fixed. And he says, maybe one day, but for now, I'll just keep robbing your legs and feet or some shit like that. So it always felt like there was a bit of a carrot and stick approach where she was being both punished and rewarded and strung along. And that's it. That's kind of depraved to me. Like it comes off kind of fucking insane to me.
Okay. How much agency do you give?
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. So just to be very clear, right? So Steven did not like act the best way at all, okay? During a lot of these dramas, okay? I like 100% like I'll own that, okay? 100% I'll own that. However, did Anna have no agency when she was literally crashing out on podcasts with like Zerka, right? Like she was crashing on Zerka podcast, revealing a bunch of private information, essentially slandering him, lying about him, completely going crazy, and like just ruining his reputation. Is that also justified? Is that also out of her control? Like, you mean the grown 30-year-old, right? The 30-year-old who still has not fixed her OCD by that time, right? Or had a control or a handle on it. I think that's silly. I think that's so stupid. But yeah, hold on. Jesus Christ, man, hold on.
No,
like I don't get it.
You need to swear to stop tweeting about the dude.
Also, but why am I not allowed to?
Basically, Anna, basically there was this deal, okay? I'll explain, okay? The truth. The deal was that as long as Anna does not tweet or say anything about Destiny, Destiny will not do it back. Okay, that was the deal. The deal was to shut up. Okay, both sides shut up. Okay, but one person cannot fucking like honor that deal. Guess who that person is? Anna, okay? It wasn't Steven, it was Anna.
To talk about
Hold on.
like
When
what I
she says
experienced
abuse that she
though.
suffered,
he's
when she
my
says abuse
content.
that she
I
suffered-
roast
circuit. Just to be clear, when she keeps saying abuse that she suffered, her abuse is that she would send me like 50
Like who is the real victim here? Who is the victim? Who has more to lose? It's obviously Steven, right? Obviously Steven is the one that has more to lose, right?
DMs in a row. And
No, that's not what happened, Steven. No, it's because
happened?
you would ignore me for days and days, and that's how, like, I would, like, message you and stuff, because I'd be like, wait,
You are
Steven, are you
literally-
mad?
By the way, in real life, if a girl or a guy ignores you for days and days, chances are they've ghosted you and they want nothing to do with you anymore, okay? If somebody was actually interested in you, they would message back within 24 hours, okay? Isn't that what no contact means? Well, I don't know if this is before or afterwards, to be fair, of that like supposed deal. I don't know if that's before or afterwards. But the point is that obviously this is like super retarded, right? Like anybody with like 5 IQ in like social perception and dating life and whatever the fuck would understand that if somebody stops fucking messaging back, it's over, right? Like is Anna your romantic partner? Is she entitled to something like that? What the fuck? I thought they were just friends with benefits.
At me, blah, blah, blah. Like, things
Anna,
like
give
that.
me-
You know that.
Anna, this is
Steven,
very,
that's
this is
not-
very- Anna, this is extremely manipulative. What you're doing is. Steven.
Thank you.
How am I manipulating him? I don't understand. How am I manipulating him?
I don't really care
What
for
are
the
you
tears. if
talking
you're gonna do
about?
this. I don't care for the tears. Like,
What are you
asked
talking
multiple
about?
Times to stop talking about him.
Yeah, but why? Okay, but like,
Oh wait, this is after the deal. Wait, what the fuck? This was after the deal. So it was after they made like a no contact, no talk about like deal. But then she just couldn't help herself. Bro. So this is afterwards. Fuck me, dude.
why am I not allowed to? What I'm trying to
Insane.
understand
You're
is,
hurting him. You're hurting little Steve.
but like, what about?
Holy fucking Zerka being right. Okay, just to be very clear, Zerka loved to instigate shit. Zerka loved to trigger her. From what I remember, let me know if I'm wrong, okay? But Zerka is not innocent in all this, okay? Just to be very clear.
Oh, like
He's
him
asked
not
you to
taking any
stop.
responsibility.
Like he is right here, but he is being a hypocrite here, from what I remember.
He's asked you to stop.
I'm so happy to bring it up because it actually does hurt a lot, okay?
Why are you
Oh
making
my
fun
God,
of
man.
me?
Why are you making it worse for yourself?
Come on, dude.
What an idiot.
Please,
We were
I'm
just resolving it.
All right, fuck him. Go hard on him, Anna.
Zerka, please. Listen,
I don't
all I'm
understand
asking
how I'm
is,
being
what do you think-
manipulative. I'm not trying to be manipulative.
You're being
Stop.
manipulative right now by crying on the show publicly.
I-
You look
I
like I'm a
can't.
fucking- That's what you're doing.
Oh,
Anna, okay?
Please stop! Stop! I'm not trying to manipulate. I'm genuinely
Okay,
upset.
we gotta end it here. We gotta
If
end
you're
it
gonna
here.
cry, can you at least take the cat ear things off? Okay?
All right, enough.
I don't think we should.
Steven, Anna,
Stop,
just
Steven, don't. Why do you not care?
okay, Steven, you gotta call. Steven, you gotta call her offline. You gotta call her offline.
Why?
I do
why
not
don't
have
you
these
care
conversations.
though?
I don't know
Call
how
her
to make
one
her
last
stop.
time and
Zerka.
end it for real. You guys gotta be grown up. Man, I've been saying
Zerka,
why.
I'm trying-
Wait, you understand why he ghosted her, right? You understand why Steven ghosted her, right? Why do you think Steven ghosted her? Why do you think Steven...
tried. Zerka, I've tried so many times. You've listened to her. She will not stop until I like come out and do like this full like.
I just
everything is
wanted you to
fine, I'm
take
a horrible person.
responsibility.
I'm so
I
sorry,
just
please forgive
wanted
my
to-
dark side ways.
Steven, I just wanted you to take responsibility for being callous and cold towards me and how much that hurt
Hey,
and how it
Steven,
hurt.
That's like normal in dating. It is the most normal thing ever in dating. To be ghosting people when you don't want to talk to them anymore. What? Because I promise you, if someone actually had feelings for you, if somebody actually had feelings for you, you know what they would do? They would check their phone every 5 minutes, okay? If someone actually had feelings, they would check their phone every 5 minutes because they have a crush on you too, okay? That's how it works, okay, stupid?
Hurts when you
Steven,
laugh at me in chat.
Steven, you've admit many times that you're, especially after the Trihex stuff, you've admit you're cold. I've admit I'm cold. Just admit you're cold and she'll stop.
I don't.
Yeah, see, you can clearly see here that Zerka is like clearly trying to carry it forward, right? Like Zerka isn't letting the content stop. He is the one that needs this content to keep going. Anyway, the point isn't about Zerka, okay? The point is that it is clear now that you know more of the fuller picture of all that shit that this is clearly bullshit, right? That clearly this is bullshit, right? Anyway.
Steven, because while I do find him incredibly intelligent at times, I do feel like he's impulsive or compulsive at times.
Yeah, I definitely, especially, I'm not saying that was an easy situation for him at every point. There was definitely a lot of.
Dude, it's not an easy situation. She was literally going online onto Zerka panels to talk about intimate sexual details and romantic details. Fuck me, dude. These people fucking suck.
She was both harassing him in certain ways herself, and I'm sure there was stuff coming off the back of what she was saying that was causing him problems. So I'd say he wasn't like a 10 agency, but he was like he was up above 7.
Okay, so we got, in my
Also, by the way, okay, just as somebody who has OCD myself, I understand exactly what she was going through. What she was going through specifically was like limerence, like OCD fixation limerence. Okay, that's what she was going through, okay? As somebody who suffers from that myself, specifically to other people, I will say it is a skill issue if you don't fix it yourself, okay? It's not the other person, it's you, okay? It's you. If you're obsessed with someone because of OCD, it's you, all right? Like how it's me whenever I'm obsessed with someone, okay? Like it's happened before, okay? I take 200 milligrams of sertraline every day, and I still apply the stuff I've learned in therapy every day, okay? So I don't even know why the fuck, there's no excuse for like a fucking 30-year-old woman, 40-year-old woman at this point, I don't fucking know, to like not seek help and instead crash out about someone's fucking romantic details. Fuck me, dude.
opinion, we got
Anyway.
Keffels, we got the
Obviously.
Anna situation. What are the, do you have any feelings? I know
If a fucking 23-year-old, if 23-year-old Foodshops, 22-year-old Foodshops can do it, you can do it too, okay? It's not that, it is hard. Okay, listen, it is hard, but it is no excuse for hurting others, okay?
that you were,
Yeah.
maybe are, a fan of Mr. Girl. What was the, how do you feel about, because obviously from like a content standpoint, it was, like straight fucking fire, like the...
And you know what? I'm so glad I have Anna's exact same illness. I am so happy because I know exactly when she's being bullshit about it. Oh my god, I know exactly when she's being bullshit about it because I am so intimately familiar with this illness.
12-hour fucking, Mr. Girl, Lav Loon, Destiny struggle sessions. Like, I mean, I enjoyed that content. But
Yeah, I love that
if
content. That
you
was awesome.
if you think of them as people, it's obviously like a lot more agonizing. So do you have any criticisms or hatred of the Mr. Girl fallout?
Any criticisms or hatred of the Mr. Girl fallout?
From the Mr. Girl fallout? Like, as his fan, did you think that Destiny was like Mr. Girl? Is that one of the, would that be top 5 reasons that you hate him or no?
No, I don't think so. As much as I like
Lie. Dude, Kuihman will play Mr. Girl songs on his stream nonstop back in the day, okay, at the very least. He is still, I'm pretty sure, a massive fan of Mr. Girl and Lavloon, all right? He, in every single way, he is just a massive fan of Mr. Girl, okay? No, copium, lies, okay?
Mr. Girl, he's like, he's prone to falling out with everyone. He's got one of those personalities. I don't think that any specific, I'd say it just plays into other things. It's just like,
Come
the
on,
way,
bro.
so like there's the nuke
What?
stream, right? Where he's like, he goes on streams talking about Mr. Girl, and Mr. Girl calls in and it's basically like, you were still sexting Anna, you were still, and then
Bro, the whole reason why Kuihman targeted Stardust was because of her relationship with Mr. Girl, was because of her friendship with Mr. Girl. That was the entire reason why Kuihman targeted Stardust. It was because Stardust was, number 1, calling out Chud Logic for doxing Eldrazi. Number 2, it was for her falling out of the friendship between her and Mr. Girl, okay? As someone who has all the lore, I'm explaining to you guys the lore. I don't know if Hutch explained this, but yeah, the context behind everything that they're saying is super fucking important, okay? Because the way that they mislead you, the way that they lie about you, the way that they lie about the history, they all use that. They all use that against you, okay? They use your obliviousness against you, okay?
Destiny's obviously like rattled and freaks out, and I think he gets kicked like a few minutes later, and he goes and starts on his crusade after that.
See, I told you guys I would be a good commentator at this. Okay, even though this content is boring, I told you guys that I would make it exciting because I know the lore and you don't.
I'd say like stuff like that doesn't make me hate Destiny in and of itself. It's just like more of him trying to cover up the Anna stuff. I just see it as just the way he was behaving there was like pure self-preservation. Nothing there was like crazy, gross in and of itself because it's all part of other things that he's trying to get out of.
Okay, well then I got Keffels and Anna as like top 2 so far. What would you say would be like another reason why you dislike Stephen Bennell II extremely?
Careful's Anna.
Just for the record, okay, number 1, okay, it's not that Steven did not hate, like, Steven was not pro Kiwi Farms when he was beefing with Keffels. The reason why he pointed out Kiwi Farms was because she specifically was lying about Kiwi Farms and the state of Kiwi Farms. The problem is that people who are drama frogs from Kiwi Farms are the same people who thought that Steven was on their side when he was beefing against Keffels. But the truth of the matter is that Noel, okay, or Joshua Moon, all right, hated Steven. Okay, he wants Steven to die, all right, during that time. So why the fuck? Just why in the flying fuck? Like, do you think that Steven was defending Kiwi Farms at the time? No, he was defending Kiwi Farms only when Keffels brings it up to lie, okay? To lie, all right? So just to be clear, the number one, the Keffels point is moot, okay? The Keffels point is moot. Number two, the Anna Loop's point is also moot, right? Just so you know, I just disproved 2 of his points, okay? I just disproved 2 of his points. Connor is just sitting there, not challenging Kuihman in any way, you know, but you know what? That's what I expect from Connor, okay? Based. Let's go. Haha.
What's another reason? Well, there's the endless barrage of doxing
Just letting him lie, letting him misrepresent, let him mislead, right?
aimed at people in my general vicinity.
Very
There's that.
nice.
That's probably a big one.
Okay.
Impulsive violence and all this shit.
So I would actually like to deal with that narrative head on because this is obviously
What's number 3? What's number 3?
something that
Let's
I'm
go.
getting in trouble
Blow for blow, bar for bar.
for right
Let's go.
now. So I think the narrative, barring additional evidence leaked from the server that shows you or JSTLK or Doobie engaged in explicit gay ops, personal identifying information operations, swatting or doxing or anything like that, barring any of that, because this VOD might be watched after he releases his manifesto or whatever. What do you think? Like, what do you think of the narrative that you guys, you and JSTLK in particular, have a creative hate boner for Destiny? There are a shitload of people in Twitch and YouTube politics who also hate Destiny, and so therefore by congregating and constantly talking shit about him, you're creating the stochastic structure for him to be doxed and swatted.
I think that if you start applying, like, it could be true to some extent that, I mean, well, it is true to some extent that if you're saying it descriptively, that when you criticize people online,
So I just want to say, okay, every single time Counterpoints and Kuihman talks, Counterpoints is talking to someone that he is a fan of, okay? Counterpoints himself is a fan of Kuihman for more than 3 years now, okay, by this point, okay? This is not just a dynamic between 2 mutuals, okay? It's a dynamic between a content creator and their fan, all right? This is the part that they never tell you about, okay? And I don't even think that Destiny knows this, all right? But just want to say again, Counterpoints is Kuihman's fan, all right? Fan.
with incredibly cutting criticism, especially when it's related to sexual impropriety and stuff like that, it creates an environment where bad things are more likely to happen. Yes, that is descriptively true. However, if you start prescribing that means you can't do that, this whole thing breaks down.
Well, and so where's the line for you? So for instance, like I think I brought up the example earlier that, like, let's say we say Hitler killed 6 million Jews. Well, we're clearly creating a permission structure with which Hitler can be killed by the Allies, but that doesn't have any bearing on whether or not the underlying claim is true. So where do you draw the line on cutting criticism of things you believe to be true versus what you think is likely to result in, I think digital harassment is probably going to be the vaguest term that we could contend with today. But obviously, like, digital harassment would probably be the lowest level of.
No, just so you know, none of them believes this, okay? Because I know what kind of argument they're gonna make, okay? So I remember I watched this small portion, and Kuihman is about to make the argument. Kuihman is about to make the argument that you can say this about any community. Wrong, okay? Why doesn't Steven say this about other communities then, right? Why is it that the Snarkers are so unique? Why is it that the Snarkers are so unique that they warrant more extreme actions, right? Careful, okay? Careful. Your bias is showing, okay? Why is it specifically the Snarkers? Ask that question, okay?
Bad thing, and then the next level would probably be like doxing, and then the highest level would be like swatting or.
Because this isn't a black or white. This isn't Loki's wager, right? Loki's wager is when you don't know where to draw the line, so you don't know how to differentiate different things, right? However, that's a fallacy, okay? Just because you don't know exactly where the line is drawn does not mean that you can recognize that 2 things are different. Okay?
IRL stalking. So where's your line?
So my immediate feeling is, I mean to ask you like how exactly you want me to answer this question, but my immediate feeling is just like, if you're not calling for and you're moderating against the worst behaviors, I don't know how you can ever be sort of like in the wrong or going too far if you're keeping it to true statements or, you know, jokes and satire. You know, to me, that's all.
Just for a record, what they think of jokes and satire is apparently like trying to levy false sex allegations at Wick. Okay, just so you know. All right, and this is coming from someone who doesn't even like Wick that much. Okay, but I have to tell you guys the truth because I like the truth. Okay, just so you know, their version of a joke is levying sex pest allegations at Wick TV. That's their version of a joke. That's their version of a joke. Is that a joke? Is that a funny little joke? Isn't that funny? Is it great? It is funny. Foodshops. You would never say this if this was about one of you guys.
Yeah, I'm a free speech guy. I think you should, you know, as long as you're doing your responsibility to make sure it's not happening around you, you're not participating in it. I don't think you should be stopped from saying basically anything, as long as it's not, you know, defamatory or some other issue.
How do you feel about these two comments that I wish I could use the F slur in order to describe my own chatters? So a brainwashing happening live is not something you see every day. Number one, do you think that you're successfully brainwashing me? And then number two, Magic, somebody says, they doxed Destiny's child lol, so why do they get a pass for criticizing Destiny doxing? So you as this amalgamation whole, we did the never have you ever earlier, but do you want to explain why you don't think you're responsible for Destiny's doxing or swatting?
Sure. So let's start with the second one, I guess. So yeah, they say they doxed Destiny's kid. I did not dox Destiny's kid. So far as I know, no, I've got no idea who doxed Destiny's kid. So far as I know, nobody in my.
I don't even think that Kuihman believes this. I don't even think that Kuihman believes this. Kuihman is a liberal, right? I'm pretty sure Kuihman is a liberal, but like lately he's been swinging to more leftwards just because of defending his son, from what I remember, because he's so cucked. But I'm pretty sure one of his beliefs, and I think it might be at some point, was that because I'm not sure whether or not no. If he's a liberal, okay, surely you must agree that people like Tim Pool, Candace Owens, and whatnot are committing stochastic terrorism by inspiring new shooters all the time, right? People's manifestos that include Candace Owens, Tim Pool, and other extreme right-wing figures, right? But we never give Candace Owens or Tim Pool a pass. We always criticize them, right? We always criticize them. We always do it. We never let that go. No, they shouldn't be killed. No, they shouldn't be thrown in prison, but we shouldn't let them go, right? We shouldn't let them like run away with it. Same thing with the snarkers, okay? If you fit the role of propagandist, if you fit the role of inspiring stochastic violence or stochastic actions, but you just don't get your own hands wet, right? Well,
It's dox Destiny's kid. I don't even discuss Destiny's
because you create the justification structure for it, right?
kid, unless it's like absolutely like blowing up, like everyone is talking about it and Destiny's already talking about it or something like that. I stay well away from that stuff, you know, 99% of the time. I don't want anything to do with talking about Nathan. I feel quite bad for Nathan. To be honest, it's quite a depressing situation to me. I don't really want to talk about it. So I just don't understand how I could be ascribed responsibility for things happening to Nathan. I don't.
Pretty fucking sure that Kuihman loves talking about Nathan, but you know what? Go ahead.
Are
Okay,
Dan Salt?
By the way, I've never heard Kuihman go like, "Oh my god, I want to talk about Nathan. It's such a sad situation." Never heard him say that. Okay, but I have heard Kuihman cover Nathan in a quite happy mood to bash Steven with Nathan as his cudgel. Okay,
And Destiny going to be able to rate
I'm just saying.
you with the last minute when the manifesto drops?
No, I literally avoid it. I just avoid it.
Okay. All right. And then what about the brainwashing
I'll comment
allegations?
on
Do you
things,
think you've said anything that's
Sorry,
like
I just
untrue?
want to make sure that I'm fully clear that, you know, I've always said that I will comment on things where it's like, oh, apparently Drew Pavlo spoke to Nathan. That's fucking weird. Apparently Foodshops raided into that. Don't know why that's going on. I'll comment on things like that, but there has never been sustained coverage or significant attention brought to.
Oh, you don't understand. He's just doing it descriptively, okay? I know that he is covering things and that is an action, but he's just describing them, okay? He's just describing it, all right? Hey, so
Nathan, it's always just things
dude, hell yeah, that's what I'm
already
talking about.
they're swirling around in fucking,
Oh, I can see that Connor is matching color with Kuihman. That maroon.
like, you know, everywhere. No one wants to pay significant attention. There was, for
Very
instance, there was this guy called Joe Podawful. Have you ever heard that name?
I haven't.
He's sort of like a Joe Redbar.
Okay.
Do you know who Redbar is? Have you
I
heard
don't.
that name
I'm sorry.
before? No?
I am terminally
Sorry,
online, but I'm not as terminally
Explain
online
something.
as I
There's
should
a whole world of like these trolls, okay? Like these trolls. They just go around fucking with people and doing live streams on it. A guy called Jesse Podawful, Jesse PS, some shit, who showed up at like I think he A-logged Ethan Ralph in real life or something. He basically does crazy stuff, and he had like Destiny's kid on one time, and they had like this conversation where he's prodding him with all these jokes about his dad's sexual impropriety, his dad's sexual fetishes, and all this stuff. I always literally stayed well away from anything like that at all points, because that shit is just like, it's just too far. It's just like obviously over a line, and it's bizarre that, you know, anyone engaged.
I still have.
It literally is the same thing because you create the permission structure for it. If you did not exist, if the whole entire snooker space did not exist, chances are Destiny would probably get swatted once and that's it. I don't know. Okay. But chances are people would not be this crazy. All right. I promise.
Have
I
gray
absolutely
names.
promise.
Sorry that I'm addressing the chat, but I
that's
still
all
have
good.
gray
Go for it.
names in my chat who are saying that Kuihman is just lying. So I just posted my Discord link in the chat.
Bro, Kuihman loves talking about Steven's kid. Okay.
You are welcome, like seriously welcome to go join the Discord, click on my profile, and DM me evidence of Kuihman's duplicity. I asked for Doobie's duplicity for the last 30 minutes or 18 minutes of the stream on Friday. I got nothing, and so you likewise have an invitation to send me evidence of fucking Doobie's duplicity.
Oh. We have a Nathaniel Bennell the First statement. Okay, just now. Careful. We have a breaking from Destiny's son. Okay, so this is me calling out Doobie. Nathan says, "Doobies, thank you, Nathan. Much appreciated." And then he followed me. Nice.
Or excuse me.
So then the
Kuihman's
other message was something about brainwashing you, right? It was.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
it was.
Do I
Actually,
feel like
can
I'm
I share
successful
one thing before we go into brainwashing?
Go for it. Of course.
So I have evidence. I have screenshot evidence that there is a Telegram group of Groypers who actively plotted to go to Miami to kill Steven, and they thought that they were hyping each other up to the point that one of them would do it. I have that evidence. So if
I love Nathan, man. He's so funny.
there are Groypers who are willing to try to hype each other up to go kill Steven in Miami, would they be willing to dox or swat him? And I think logically, inferentially, the answer is yes. So right now,
Nathan, Faceless Gospel, author, organizer, speaker, founder of the National Socialist American Revivalist Party, disputably the most famous 15-year-old in America, Destiny's Child. Is that his website? Click to enter. No, I'm not falling for this shit. Fuck that.
I have
Dude, chances are, like, the kid probably rigged some virus on that. Fuck that. Dude.
more evidence of Groypers attempting to dox, swat, or Destiny than
I've been through my fair share of like fucking trolls to know when something is sus.
I
okay?
have been presented that Kuihman and Doobie are guilty of attempting to dox, swat, or Destiny. So if you want to give me contrary evidence, my Discord link is open. Sorry for the yap, but I feel like that needs to be articulated.
Yeah, no worries. So the brainwashing thing as well. So
Yes,
I mean,
brainwashing.
me and you have literally, I feel like almost every conversation we have had has been like very contentious, aggressive, like pretty much every time. And I don't think there is a single thing that I have argued to you that you now 100% believe. I know you could correct me if I'm wrong, but
No,
both of us are quite stubborn. I feel like. So I don't feel like this is really brainwashing.
I said that I was going to challenge you, and then Brianna Wu, for whatever reason, said, "Oh yeah, I'd love to challenge Kuihman." And then we let that happen, and that was a moment in internet history. That was very interesting. I think that you described Ethan Klein. I think lefties are crazy. I think the pro-Palestinian side is crazy, and I think I could probably find more evidence for these people. I think that Israel is bad, but it's not as bad as it's being categorized as. And I think, generally speaking, you should be nice to Jews. So realistically, I haven't sued anybody into silence, but you should still probably hate me about 20% as much as you hate Ethan Klein based off of that rationale. So yeah, just because we're speaking calmly doesn't mean we agree with each other. So,
yeah, sure. I don't think I hate you 20% as much as I hate Ethan.
This is barely any pushback. Really, it's only pushback when it comes to Ethan Klein. But what about Steven? What the fuck? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna skip for it. I'm good. Hey, isn't that JSTLK's laugh? What the fuck?
and then also to have their name, address, telephone number, current employer, and family members. And then to say, we are not encouraging digital harassment.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's like one, it's a time thing. Two, I think Destiny would basically have to gay op infiltrate the Snarker Discord. So he would have to hire some Indians, part-time, full-time. You know, give them $10,000 a year to infiltrate your guys' fucking Snarker servers, and then, you know, be active participants who are beloved in the community.
Oh, so he's also signing on to the racist memes. Very nice, okay? Classic conservative.
And then see if you guys offer them any OSINT tools or doxing tools or whatever. It would basically be like a long-term undercover mission. And if the undercover mission didn't yield any fruit after like a year, then I'd be like, okay, they're clean.
Just so you know, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to defend the Indians in this space, okay? Because someone who is collecting minorities, collecting minority labels like Pokemon, okay? Trans, Asian, whatever the fuck, okay? Somebody who literally collects these labels, I just want to say, okay, the Indians in this space have always been disproportionately much cooler than white people in this space, okay? I just want to say that, all right?
So,
Yeah.
So there's nothing really reasonable that can be done to show, at
Your
least that
innocence?
this is highly
Like the very few Indians are here, okay?
highly improbable.
well, and see, this is part of the reason why I was beefing with Destiny on Friday, was because the assertion is your absolute guilt. J-Stock's guilty. Kuihman's guilty. Doobie's guilty.
Because chances are, if you're in this space, you probably have some thick skin, okay? So chances are you're a pretty cool person.
They deserve to be digitally ostracized and ignored. That's what they deserve.
With white people, it's a complete 50-50, okay? Because it's really easy being white in this space, okay? But yeah, you probably couldn't take anything.
And they deserve to be doxxed. And yet, when I say, okay, well, what have they done? The answer is they cumulatively contributed to a permission structure in which people could dox and swat Destiny by talking shit about him on the internet. And by that virtue, I am guilty of the same thing for Hassan Piker. So Hassan Piker, like based off of that rationale, Hassan Piker should be able to dox me. Which he did, by the way. But like...
I'm I'm pretty sure if I was truly doing tit for tat, by the way, guys, and never accept this as anything else, okay? If I was truly doing tit for tat, which I am not, okay, there is already justification for me to dox who? Counterpoints, right? Because who is the person going after my income? Who is the person going after my career? Counterpoints, right? Directly, right? If anything, he is leveraging his so-called friendship with Steven before to do it, right?
She goes, stop, don't, stop, and then she doesn't really want me to stop though.
It's a pattern with snarkers. They love to target kids. I'm not a H3H3 fan, but Kuihman and all these other lefties did the same with CPS for Ethan and Healer.
Kuihman, I'll tell you what he doesn't have. He doesn't have the acumen. Okay, whatever. That's not funny. And all these other he did things, General Grievous, for the $5.
But then based off of that, I should be trying to dox Hassan, but I'm not going to because he can dox me, but I think the internet should be the internet. So my job is to talk shit about him on the internet.
Not a good path to walk? Well, I mean, I'm actively choosing not to walk that path because it's not a good path to walk, okay? But accordingly to my morals, to my ethics, I would be in the right to dox Counterpoints, okay? Objectively speaking, all right? If I really was like following my own morals and ethics, I would. All right. However, because I'm a fucking softie, and I don't have time or the energy, nor would I like feel okay about it, why the fuck would I do that? Obviously not, right? But yeah, this is what happens when you're too nice. Fuck this.
That's where I'm at right now. Maybe that's naive.
Yeah.
I hate being too nice. I actually hate being too nice. Fuck me, dude. Oh my god. What is this? Oh yeah, I saw this before.
A fucking L. Me and Lauren have Connor. If you want a fucking L, me and Lauren have been dating for like 3 months and we both agreed not to tell you because you asked her.
So I'm going to pause it right there because he just lied. He just lied, guys. He's not dating Lauren. He just lied.
I'm pretty sure it was at the time, right? Hello? I mean, this could just simply be refuted by it was at the time, right?
He just lied that he's still dating Lauren.
Not right now. Okay? Not right now. At the time, right?
To try and get one over on Connor in this conversation. He literally, immediately after this, he goes into DGG chat and admits, he says,
we broke up like 1 to 2 months ago. I hate that I'm even putting anything of her personal life. Lauren has gotten unbelievably fucked by men in her life. Okay.
Guys, I'm sorry, I misrepresented.
Sound like at the time? Yeah, like I thought it was at the time. Like it's very clear to, like I thought it was at the time, right? That they were dating for 3 months? Yeah, at the time they were dating for 3 months, right? Like at that time it was, oh my god, whatever.
Me and Lauren broke up 2 weeks ago. She's been so fucked over by every guy in her life. No joke. That's what he goes to DGG and says immediately after. You know, he's trembling, freaking the fuck out because he obviously actually does.
And how has he lied? And by the way, okay, this is how you know that Steven like purposefully did not lie, okay, is because he would gain nothing from lying. He will literally gain nothing from lying, okay? Also, by the way, this is just like copium for Kuihman's loss against Steven, okay? He literally trained his entire arc to defeat Steven and then he can do it. Cringe. What's this? Russell search. Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah, that's, yeah.
Does kind of care about Lauren a little bit deep down. And
Like, what is Steven gaining? What is Steven gaining? Isn't this, like, if he was truly lying, by the way, okay? If he was truly lying about this, wouldn't he be corrected almost immediately? Why the fuck would he risk that? Why would he risk Lauren Southern coming out to make a statement? What the fuck? If he was truly purposefully lying, isn't this, like, the easiest thing to disprove and ruin Steven's credibility? This is so retarded. This is obviously retarded, but okay.
He just literally, he throws it away in this moment to try and get the win for his ego.
Nice, good one. Persona 4, nice.
I agree. I basically that's what I agree with. That's what I'm pushing hard right now. That's what I feel like.
Steven was terrified in that conversation, dude. The only thing Steven was that he was angry, okay? Justifiably so.
Yeah, why I feel like it's worth attacking Ethan Klein and Destiny separately. You know, I feel like they are probably some of the biggest purveyors that I know of the falling standards, of the degradation of so like the ability for us to do this.
This is actually like one of the first smart chats that I've seen all night. So what?
Oh my god. Guys, so much pushback. So much pushback, guys. Holy shit. I'm actually swooning. I'm swooning from all the pushback. I'm like flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted at how much, you know, Counterpoints is countering this little guy. What the fuck? Absolutely taken aback. Yeah, he really got me here. But the glaze. What? That's heinous. That's heinous.
One of the accusations is that there's Kiwi Farms cross-pollination. And for me, I kind of sarcastically use your guys' excuses of, oh, well, it's just a drama forum, and they prohibit harassment. So realistically, that's the best that it's going to get, regardless of whether or not.
You know what? Maybe Connor is a lot like Tectone, okay? Maybe Connor is a lot like Tectone. He's just afraid of vaginas, okay? That's why he has so much virgin energy. He's just actually traumatized by vaginas. I don't fucking know.
Kiwi Farms should or shouldn't exist.
Olé!
It does feel pretty weak to have the documented sins of an online personality in one convenient place for them to read, and then also to have their name, address, telephone number, current employer, and family members, and then to say we are not encouraging digital harassment.
Yeah, I don't know that it should be illegal to have the docs information there in the way that Kiwi Farms does. I don't know that I agree that, there are some. I have a lot of sympathy for the idea of anti-doxing laws. I think I agree with making some forms of doxing illegal, especially when coupled with.
No, Kuihman does not have a point there. Are you kidding me? How does, like, if Steven misspoke, how does that detract from his point? How does that detract from anything? It's still a fact. It's still a fact that, like, Counterpoints has a crush on Lauren, and that provides additional context to why he is doing this, right? Like, that has not changed. That has not changed, okay?
Otherwise criminal harassment, like California does. My issue, my defense of Kiwi Farms is that you should make that illegal. Not try and get the website taken off or shut down or whatever. As long as if they're operating within the law, they should be allowed to operate.
Okay.
You shouldn't
then follow-up question. This might put you in a bind, so if no comment is the answer, that's fine. But in the past or going forward, if there was, as a matter of fact, this might actually just be a good testing of principle. So to your knowledge, if somebody was found to have not done it in the server, but posted personal identifying information to Kiwi Farms, and we knew who that person was, they used like similar handles or some shit like that, would that person have been doxxed in
Watch Foodshops? Are you kidding me? Dev is like literally one of my orders.
Or not doxxed, excuse me. Would that person have
I'm pretty sure he watches my content more than I watch his.
been doxxed from JSTLK server, or would it have been
Sorry, I'm just not a very big politics person. Okay?
viewed as like off-platform behavior and therefore not your concern?
Well, if there's someone, so you're saying if there's someone within these communities that has a Kiwi Farms or post doxing on Kiwi Farms, would they
Yeah,
not
wasn't
say-
there who, I don't know if you'd be able to remember this just off of this description. Wasn't there a pretty famous Kiwi farmer that Destiny's mentioned by name that was in JSTLK's old server, not this one? Or he was in
Solo?
Spicy Chat. He was in Spicy Chat and he was banned.
Solo?
But he posted some PII or dox info, but he was using similar handles between Discord and
Blav.
Yeah, so
right?
there were like a few years ago. I think there was, if it was just one guy, if there were two guys, there have been people that have kicked around like that. I think my general stance now is, if I would set a hard rule, I don't like having people like that kicking around. I would, if there's someone that I know of that is in any way an active doxer, I'm generally just going to remove.
You know how Kuihman doesn't offer up any names? No, we have to protect the identities of the doxers, guys. Come on. We have to protect the identities of the doxers.
From.
All right, well, and then, sorry, here's a question. Do you run that server or no?
No, I don't run that server. But obviously, I'm not going to want those people around me. So I'm generally going to advocate against them being anywhere.
Okay.
And obviously, I'm a content creator and I'm sure my words have like some level of weight. I don't know how much weight it would have, but
Okay.
that's.
I'm trying to think of that guy's name, but I can't think of it for the life of me.
I think it's best if we don't mention a lot of these guys by name.
Okay.
That's another thing. Yeah, there's something at Destiny sides as well. Is that people say like Blav1 in my chat. This is
Oh, Blav, yeah.
okay.
That was it. There he is. We know his name now. Blav. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was I don't know if that's exactly the one you're referring to.
You're like, it's best if we don't say his name, but that's why people say Blav1. And I was like, that's him.
Well, this is the.
But why do people say Blav1? You realize that comes from Kuihman's community, right? And from the Snarkers? It's the Snarkers that say Blav1 specifically. The fact that you know this, but you don't blame this. Bro, they are literally encouraging doxing. Blav is a prolific doxer. He is a doxer. They cheer on Blav. Why do they say Blav? Oh my, this motherfucker.
This is the only one I bring up because
What?
Destiny has brought him up on stream. So
Like, by the way, this is why I say that Counterpoints is like openly ignoring the evidence, okay? Because the evidence is all around him. The evidence is all around him, but he's just closing his eyes, okay?
many times, like he goes up Destiny keeps bringing up. You can't. Yeah, it's always difficult to not have the name kicking around when he's given so much fucking attention. It's like
what?
So it becomes difficult at a certain point.
Okay. Well, that is
So
that's what I got. What else do you have?
What else do I have?
Wait, by the way, just want to say real quick, okay? Blav has this is only because I look at the thread, okay, before, all right? You know what Blav said? Blav said that he was a massive Kuihman fan. Like, he doesn't like JSTLK as much as Kuihman. That's what he said. I wonder how all of these Kiwi farmers openly state that they are big Kuihman fans. Nah, it must be all a troll. They must all be trolling. They must all be lying, okay? You can't trust Kiwi farmers. Come on.
Do I have anything else? I've got, I'm not vouching for him. But
So
Purple
stupid.
Parry did ask me.
I think Steven is actually a terrible judge of character. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, okay? This is why I make fun of anybody who glorifies, like, Steven's, like, who deifies Steven, okay? Because once you see him as a human being, you'll know how much flaws he has, okay? and how he got into these situations. Okay.
Ask you to unblock him, and he's sorry for being gay in DMs. But
Okay.
I don't vouch for him in any way. I don't co-sign him. So
No. So
take
what
that as
happened
well.
was he was like, because I remember this. He was like, let's talk about this. And I was like, I don't want to. Or I was just like, no, I'm busy right now. And he's like, you're gay. And I was like, okay, well, bye. You know, that's, I'm, it's not that I'm unwilling to talk to schizoids. I'm actually quite willing to talk to schizoids. But if you're trying to get my fucking time, at least be polite about it at first. Holy shit. So.
yeah, he's not very polite. I'll agree with that for sure.
Jim says he gave me a super chat and he really wants me to talk to you about this. Kuihman has stated multiple times that Godzilla -1 is better.
Is I so bad at picking friends? Well, you know, we'll see how he feels about it after I backstab him. Hell yeah, let's go.
Than any Clint Eastwood movie. Knowing this, do you still believe Kuihman shouldn't be doxxed? So is Godzilla -1 better than any Clint Eastwood movie?
Yeah, I know I've seen all Clint Eastwood movies.
Okay, don't care. Okay, I'm skipping forward to Perry. So, whoa. Wait, who is the blue guy? Oh, I don't care. So, Purple Perry Gaming, obviously, is another anti-fan streamer person. Okay, that's all you need to know about him. Yeah, he is actually the most schizo out of all of them, I think. Like, this guy, I don't think he's ignoring the evidence. I think he genuinely believes the Supreme Leader is guilty. I think, you know what? Maybe. It's 50-50, okay? Also, I just want to say, Booger Eater 69, okay? Sorry, I say nothing, okay? I just wanted to say your name. Purple Perry here is probably the most schizo out of all the anti-fan streamers. He is the most schizo, okay? He is like, you can tell he is mentally unstable. Like, once you hear the way that he speaks, you can tell he's mentally unstable. But yeah, you'll see. All right.
I understand that.
Yeah, but I guess my question to you is like, has Hutch used his dead sister to win an argument?
Okay,
Silver.
Yo,
What's up, man?
can you grab Perry first and someone
How are you?
or after?
You want me to grab Perry first?
Yeah.
All right.
Content.
Perry.
Hi, can you hear me? What's up, man?
Woof,
I
woof,
can hear
woof.
you. How are you?
Well, I'm alright. Hi, I don't know if you remember, Connor. A long time ago, I was gay to you in DMs. I don't know if you remember. I just want to say, sorry for being gay in DMs, man. Anyway, so yeah, I want to talk to you. I'm not sure if you already hashed this out in the Kuihman combo, but I want to talk about the whole invoking dead family member situation. So my understanding is that you were basically...
So he's talking about the invoking family member situation. I think this is specifically referring to the Snarker's attack on Hutch's sister. Yeah, dead sister.
That's
yeah.
invoking Hutch's dead sister, or whatever, is like summoning a demon, if I understood your graph correctly. And overall...
And by the way, Perry would go on, I think, allegedly, Perry would go on to try to justify, I'm not kidding, okay? He would try to justify that attacking Hutch's dead sister is correct. Ooh.
I guess my position is that I think, I do agree that it was wrong for people to go to Hutch's chats and talk to him about his dead sister. But once people like Hutch, and not just Hutch, I don't want to just be like a personal attack against Hutch, there's other people that have done this, like Chibi Reviews, for example, people like Brandon Buckingham. When people invoke dead family members to basically like win arguments, I actually think it's like important to make fun of that. Because otherwise, they're kind of like using it in, well, it's my dead family member, so you can't say anything, right? And I just want your thoughts on that.
Well, we should probably talk about like moral versus what's the nature of the internet.
Who's a new person? Oh, he's one of the people in the linking of like propaganda speakers. Yeah.
I think if you obviously
don't worry, you don't need to know him.
Bring up like
you just need to know that he's like one of the most schizo out of all of them.
Verbal shit, dead family members, grief, loss, all that kind of stuff. People will shit talk you on the internet about it. That's just true.
I understand that.
But I guess my question to you is like, has Hutch used his dead sister to win an argument?
He hasn't done it until recently when he brought up it being mentioned in the snarky chat logs or whatever. Now I understand this is kind of coming off like a catch-22, where it's like he's only bringing it up because that was leaked. But I do think there's a difference between people being edgy in private versus to his face, right? And I feel like when Hutch,
Hutch does not bring up his dead sister to win arguments. I can't believe I have to say this. Okay, well, I'm not even going to explain it. If you don't understand it, I'm sorry for you, or good for you, I guess.
On multiple streams says, oh, look how evil these snarky communities are. They're invocating my dead sister, and I've been hearing that they're doxing or whatever, is what Hutch would say. When he's like using that as an element of his sort of like, I guess you'd say character testimony, negative character.
Again, this is just to justify making fun of his dead sister, okay? If you think this is normal, if you think this is good, if you think that something like this is valid, proportional. By the way, yes, I recognize that Destiny has done it to Asmongold. And yes, I will defend that and I will justify it. But do you know why? It was because Asmongold is so much worse than Hutch, okay? In every single fucking way, by far, all right? Yes, you should go there if you want to go nuclear. But what is the reason of going nuclear on Hutch, right?
Testimony for the Snark server. I feel like at that point, it's like, it's not that it's like fair game. I mean, it's not legal to make fun of people's dead sisters, but I feel like there's a righteous reason to do so, which is to like defeat.
I just want to say that I actually have justification I have justification against Counterpoints, okay? If I made fun of one of Counterpoints' dead family members, I would be fully justified. In fact, I have said how he would molest his kids. So you know what? I have pretty much went there. All right, so based. I will defend that. I will defend that.
Use
Oh, yeah.
the utilization of their dead family member.
Well, hold up. So, sorry. So what do you think that, I think I heard this, but I'm not sure if I'm quite getting where you're at. So somebody jumps into Hutch's chat, allegedly from the Snark server. I still need to see that substantiated, but let's just assume for a second. And they say, lol, Hutch is responsible, or, abused his dying sister while he was abusing substances or something like that. And Hutch, and that's in the Live and Learn chat. And those people get banned from the Live and Learn chat, which is normal, and you could probably move the fuck on. But then they go back to the Snark server in order to say, lol, we did that or whatever. Now, so Hutch is using that as a way to say, hey, look how evil all these Snarkers are. What do you think this?
I mean, is that not evil? What the fuck? What is the definition of evil anymore? We just can't use it just because it's subjective or some shit. Wait, I feel like that would fit most people's definition of evil.
Snarkers' response should be.
What?
So it's different because in this case,
What?
if the people bringing it up initially are doing it out of nowhere, then I think that's in the wrong. If they're just talking about it privately and just saying, "Oh, lol, that's it," just making jokes like that, that's one thing. If they're going out of their way, and Hutch only brought up his dead sister in old documentaries, back when he was a Call of Duty guy, and they're digging up and bringing up to him, I would agree that's kind of shitty. But I'm saying that once Hutch is using it to weaponize arguments, then I think that the response from Snark or anybody that wants to counter Hutch is to just continue escalating, talk about turning maybe his sister into a desk, things like that, right?
I mean, it could be funny for that kind of community, but at the same time, what? You understand? Okay, I'm going to try to communicate this.
Wait, you're trying to justify a joke where, to turn Hutch's dead sister into a desk? Like her bones into a desk? Okay, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear it.
I used to be a normie, I swear to God. So let's say that we were at a bar and we were hanging out, and I'm hanging out with my friend, and you're hanging out with your friends. And then we overhear you, or not you, but your friend saying, lol, that guy's sister died from pancreatic cancer, what a dumb bitch. And so we turn around and we go, yo, what the fuck? Why? That's crazy. Why the fuck are you talking shit about my dead sister with pancreatic cancer? And then you say, oh, you're calling our entire friend group out? Now we're all gonna make fun of your dead sister who died from pancreatic cancer. How the fuck does that make sense? Don't you think everybody else in the bar would be like, oh, the people who are making fun of the dead sister who died of pancreatic cancer are assholes? It doesn't matter whether or not it's illegal. It's crazy.
It would depend how loud the people are talking about the dead sisters. That would be how likely it is for Hutch to see it, basically in this analogy, right?
Sure, but in this scenario, they said it to him, right? They jumped into the chat and they said it to him?
Yeah, so I'm saying that part is in the wrong. That's the thing that I feel is in the wrong, going to him directly to fuck with him. But I think that if you're just having somebody like Hutch bring up his dead sister and then say, and that's why these people are bad, and that's why it seems to be the case that they're doing X, Y, and Z or whatever. I think from that point, you're justified in going back and forth. It's not about
Just the fact CP is taking these people seriously is so disqualifying. Yeah, he's pretending as if they actually have standards. No, he thinks that they actually have standards. It's just forget about it. Dude, I don't even know anymore.
I understand it can be shitty for Hutch if people, and I agree it is wrong for people to go into his chat and say stuff like that. But I feel once he starts utilizing them as a tool in an argument, then it's okay. Even if it does
hold on. But is hold up real quick, because
What argument did he win with it? Hello? Why is this the first time I've heard about this? Can somebody please explain to me what argument, Hutch used his dead sister to win? Do you think that he was making, a political argument about, appealing to moderates? And then he just went actually, appealing to moderates is good because I have a dead sister and she was a moderate. Do you think he's making these kinds of... Oh my god. I told you guys that this guy was the most schizo.
His argument, at least as far as I understand it, is these people are making fun of my dead sister. What a bunch of fucking assholes. So number one, where in his argumentation is he wrong? Number two, how does invoking his dead sister after the fact not reinforce his argument?
We're also right about Connor. He is absolutely a shit person. This is not his divorce causing him to spiral. The fact that he can be so accurately map out that hypothetical about making fun of dead relatives, but is that a loss about Steven? No, this dude is really a fucking shitty person. Correct. Wick is wrong. Okay? It isn't that Counterpoints is going through a bad time and he's fundamentally a good person, okay? It's that he's always been a shitty person. That's correct. You got it. Wow, someone who actually listened to me. Nice.
Well, I feel it would be minimizing to say his argument is just what a bunch of assholes. From his tweets and from his coverage that I've seen, it seems like Hutch is saying, oh, of course these people would do this stuff, considering all the other stuff they do. And then he would go on to, perpetuate claims of the Starkers being doctors or whatever.
Well,
right?
Hold on, is that not true? Did you make fun of my divorce?
Did I make fun of your... I did make fun of your divorce and I criticized some of the things that you said.
Sure. So hold on.
What are you trying to say by that?
And then did Kuihman tell me earlier that you were joking about turning his sister into a desk or something?
Yes, after he brought it up publicly.
What?
to be clear. That's why I'm drawing a distinction here. Is that before it would be fucked up to just go to Hutch and be like, oh, blah, your sister's dead, your sister's dead. But like once he starts utilizing them as tools, then I think it's okay.
But why? So hold on. Just let's say that you and I are in the real world, and you just start making fun of me for getting divorced after 15 years, and you just start making fun of Hutch for having a dead sister that you're going to turn into a desk. Couldn't we say you're an antisocial asshole, and we're totally correct? You
could say that, but then if you follow that up by saying, oh, and I believe that you're also committing tax fraud, which I guess would be the equivalent of like going around doxing, then I feel like that is an unfair bundling of two behaviors.
Maybe. Can I ask you? Can I play the have you ever doxed Destiny?
No.
Have you swatted Destiny?
No.
Have you doxed Nathan?
No.
Have you swatted Nathan?
No.
Have you sent homemade pornography?
Then he's good now, I suppose. Oh, you know, he only just made an argument about making a chair out of Hutch's dead sister. Robot? My bad. Hold on. Yeah, he must be good. He must be good, right? He must be good. I mean, like, he only made an argument. He only made an argument about, you know, how Hutch's dead sister, you know, should be made fun of, right? And, you know, but at least he's not a doxer. What? Hello? Hello?
To any of Destiny's family members?
Are we stupid?
Oh, no.
Okay. Sorry, that pause was scary for a second. And then the
bro, oh my god. I'm good.
Question that you're probably going to say yes to. Have you talked shit about Destiny and or his family in Discords?
Yes.
Okay. Right. The only reason I'm asking that is because Destiny is obviously promising that a lot will be revealed with the manifesto. So if we kind of play that have you ever game, then, you know, if we find Discord logs that show the opposite, then we can point to that.
You're associating with them?
I was saying some evil stuff in there, man. Some evil stuff. But not like doxing or whatever, to be clear.
I believe it.
Your mic peaks when you yell? Good.
I should clarify that.
I'm too loud.
I realize that evil can imply, so that's my bad on that last part. But I guess I just tried to ask you, do you see where I'm coming from with this idea that, like, if somebody is going to utilize their, like, dead relatives in an argument in order to, like, make a point, which is like, oh, these group of people are more likely to engage in...
Dan's in Melting Pot Discord, but not talking. Post-drama? What? Okay, I'll only come in here for, like, 10 seconds, okay? 10 seconds, and that's it, okay? I just want to see what's going on.
It depends on your worldview. Some people would think him doing that's bad. Some people would think, oh, it's fine, and there's a discussion to be had about that.
I feel like most of the people in this room
can be counterproductive too.
Is morally wrong. I think they that's self-destructive.
What I can say is most people, like, okay, I don't think it's useful to say to make the claim. Most people would think it's good or bad, right?
Okay, great. Oh, awesome. Debate autism. That's not what I need. Okay, sorry.
Like doxing or whatever. Do you see why I think it's like being like, oh, well, I don't want to like go there and make fun of this person's dead family member. It's just sort of letting this person use their dead family member to put across arguments, and then you can't really do anything about it. And so that's why I think it's actually in a kind of
yeah, but I don't. I think that I might instinctively.
This is what people do all day, but I hate debate autism because I think that it really detracts from common sense, okay? I understand there is a need to do it. I understand there is a need to be pedantic, and pedanticness is, like, important in order to, like, drill down to make sure the meanings are not muddied, okay? Like, I understand that, but at the same time, a lot of arguments, a lot of debates can just simply be resolved with common sense or colloquial arguments and stuff, right? And I think finding the balance in between the two is the most important part, but people get bogged down in the definitions way too much. It's just a waste of time. Forget about it. I've probably been in hundreds, thousands of like these like situations already at this point, and I know exactly how like these debates turn out. Ugh.
I agree with Hutch that if you engage in some antisocial behavior, it's going to be more likely that you engage in other antisocial behavior. Now, once again, I'm asking for additional evidence. So, for instance, if they say, "Oh, Purple Perry Gaming was making fun of Hutch's dead sister, and he's a sociopath."
Listen, my time as a Discord debater is long past, okay? 3 years ago, 2 years ago, you can say I'm a Discord debater, okay? Someone who hops into Discord VCs to debate and become the center of attention, okay? But, you know, I've grown, I've matured. I don't need that validation anymore, so I'm good.
Freak. And he was talking shit about Connor's divorce. What a fucking asshole. That's evidence of you being an antisocial asshole. But if...
Besides, I'm a streamer now. You guys will just listen to me without any debate. Awesome.
If they say that you're a doxer or a swatter, then obviously I'm going to want evidence of those specific claims.
All right.
You know where I did that? Toronto's Discord server when they were still running Kick or Keep.
Okay, well, I guess it would depend on the strength of the claims. And I don't have like clips of Hutch saying, so I'm not going to sit here and belabor that point. I did want to ask you about your divorce. You know, since you brought it up.
We can, but we are going to have to be quick. If you want to talk later, we can talk later. But basically, I'm trying to keep these around 10 minutes. So if you have a specific question, go for it. But I do want to be wrapped in about 2 minutes so I can bring on the next person.
That's
and they're supposed to be friendly. Nice.
Fine. Did you start using Bamboo Labs 3D printer before or after the financial strain of your divorce?
Sorry, say that again?
Did you start using the Bamboo Studio 3D printer app before or after the financial strain of your divorce?
Who the fuck has beef against Krontos? Okay, like he left. Many people had problems with him, but like by now, nobody would be mad at Krontos for anything. Like, do people even feel strongly about him? People forgot he even existed at some point.
Before, substantially before.
You do? Okay,
do
dude.
Sorry, what's that?
Like, what do you do? Do you like 3D print like your figurines? I thought you'd like buy those.
By the way, I just want to say, Krontos is the one who kicked me out of his server after Lollygate dropped, and yeah, I was banned from his server because spineless mode.
No. Okay, so number one, the financial strain. We're actually coming out. Obviously, it's stressful. You know, you got to pay child support or whatever.
And yes, I was one of Krontos's only orbiters, first and only orbiter at the time.
But child support is approximately what our monthly grocery bill as a family was, and I'm losing a lot of other household expenses because I'm no longer paying for the wife. The wife was a stay-at-home mother for 5 years. If I had to be honest, that's one of the things that I'm kind of bitter about. Is I felt like I provided a stable household for 5 years, and
oh my god, no, dude, I hate this guy, man. I really hate Connor, bro. This Connor guy. Oh, I did everything perfectly. I was a perfect husband, bro. I'm gonna be honest, Connor. I think your perception is actually retarded. I think you might actually just be retarded. But yeah,
that's just something that I'm gonna have to be bitter about and deal with on my own. But with Bamboo, I just love Bamboo 3D printers. It has nothing to do with anything financial whatsoever. I love Bamboo.
They are pretty cool. I agree with you there. So for the financial strain, we're not going to be seeing those guns behind you disappear in auctions.
The guns have yeah.
Okay, don't care. I don't care. All right, the last part that I want to get to, because I'm skipping so fast, is because we are already way over time. I did start late. Okay, I did start late. But we are over time. However, I do want to go over this part because it's important, I feel like. And it is Counterpoints talk with JSTLK. Okay? Hold on.
Stand on your not in my presence.
Let's take a look.
Another girl like every other week. But I mean, do the fucking math, bro. Like fail rates, like even if we aggressively say several, it's like 10%. Still pretty good.
What, of crazy bitches?
Yeah. You fucked that. Oh, obviously you haven't fucked that many women. I have not either, unfortunately. But like mildly beside, I pray for a 10% fail rate. Like that sounds fucking great to me. Honestly, a 30% fail rate would be fine.
For what dates?
But
okay.
I think it's shifted. He doesn't need to get anally raped. I think the lawsuit, him getting sued and him having to pay out like 10, 20, 30K, maybe 100, maybe 150 if we're being extra aggro. Cool. He's a millionaire. Whatever. Fucking sucks to suck. Don't fuck crazy bitches.
You know he spent like 800K on defense, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How is that okay? How is that okay? It's obviously not okay, right?
This dude's been getting flagellated for like
dude. I would have, but
now.
yeah, but I told him, I was like, hey man, why don't you just pay her 175K to fuck off? And she, hold on. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. So I said, why don't you, because their initial offer was, hey, make an offer over 175 and we'll call it a day. And I was like, pay her 175 to fuck off. And he's like, no, I would rather go bankrupt than pay her a dime.
Yes, because if you let her win, then other girls will think that, like, what's to prevent the other girls from doing the same to you, right? You have to make an example out of this, okay? You have to make sure that you tell them that you are someone who is not a pushover when it comes to shit that is dishonest or evil or whatever the fuck, okay? You're not someone who is going to be manipulated or anything. Yes.
That's
honestly, in that
crazy.
situation...
Yeah, it's called being a man. Yes, exactly, Anne Frank. DJ Anne Frank. It is being a man, something that Connor does not know, okay? Something that Connor does not know how to stand on, okay? Being a man, all right? That's probably why his wife is leaving him. But
I don't know who's more stubborn, you or him. It beats it. That's a fucking coin flap at best. Like,
well,
it's fucking wild.
Well, I am.
Hey, well, let's get a community night. Actually, whenever you don't have the kids, bust out the fucking MCC again, dude.
Let's do it.
I can't wait to teabag you in Blood Gulch again.
Yes. Yes. Not Halo campaign evolved. The anniversary one is supposed to be coming out. I thought this year, maybe this year. I don't know.
Jesus, another anniversary?
Yeah, they're using Halo, or they're using the Unreal Engine, but they're skinning on some kind of like aesthetic processor that they used for Halo Reach, and they're trying to use Unreal to capture the vibes of Halo Combat Evolved, and so it's effectively like a remaster with a new engine.
Huh.
Yeah. So I'll check the release date on that, but we could even.
Yeah, why is he bemoaning? It's a $50 million lawsuit. Okay, dude. I forget about it. He's not consistent. He's just a snarker at this point. Like, Counterpoints is just effectively a snarker at this point, right? Yeah.
Just fire up MCC if everybody still has. JSTLK. In 2 weeks, if you will do a Halo Master Chief Collection. What's up, man?
What's up? Yeah, I was just curious if you wanted to have a talk. I noticed you made some comments that I wanted to talk to you about, but I also figured you could basically ask some questions.
Wait, you know what? I need to fix this, okay? I can't just let this disgusting guy fill up the page. Hold on. We need to fill up JSTLK's picture area with something much more appropriate. Perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. We need to put our promo endorsement up in front. All right. Yes. Sponsored by employment. Awesome. Let's go. All right. Alrighty. Honor is talking to JSTLK. Okay. Perfect.
I saw the first.
Can we
never
do
have- never have I ever
the
with
super fast never have
Now
I
you can
ever?
do this.
Kuihman. Well, if it's the same one you gave Kuihman to start the combo, it's no to all the questions.
You've never made fun of Destiny in a Discord server?
I started getting ads for Indeed only after you started doing this, by the way. I think you need to ask them for a sponsorship. See, I'm so awesome that I'm sponsored by employment.
Oh, sorry. Was that? No, I've obviously made fun of him in private conversations extensively.
Yeah,
I meant
do you-
the-
can I do it in 30 seconds?
I'm like literally the CEO of employment. I'm so I avoid applying to jobs so much. I avoid applying to jobs so much that I've turned it into a job.
Run through it. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that was just what I remember. But you know what?
Yeah, and
I've done that a lot.
people have said like, oh, why are you asking them these questions? They can just say no. Obviously, because if you get
Oh my god, the employum goyum.
logs at a later time that shows that they were willfully lying about it, then you can say you're willfully lying, and therefore I'm not going to be your friend.
So
It's that simple. So anyways, have you doxed Destiny?
No.
Have you doxed Nathan?
No.
Have you swatted Nathan or Destiny?
No.
Have you sent homemade pornography to any of their extended family members?
No.
Have you done
That's not his role. That's not JSTLK's role.
have you seen anybody who's done any of that stuff in your presence?
No. Yeah, no, not in my presence. No.
Okay, that's an
I think he's lying.
interesting statement, but I'll let you. Do you want to expand on
Have I
your
seen
not in
anyone-
my presence
I
statement?
also haven't seen anybody do that, but it's like in general, I'm going to try to say not in my presence, not to my awareness, because I don't want to do the thing where it's like I need to be omniscient and know that technically in a server I was in, somebody put a tweet that had PII for somebody, in September before I'd ever been active in that server, really looked at messages there. You know what I mean? Don't want to get caught on one of those. But I can actually explicitly say no. I've never, not to my knowledge. When I went no, no, I was unaware that even happened.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta address some fucking retards in chat. I'm not saying that JSTLK is my friend. I'm saying that if somebody lies to my fucking face, I'm obviously not gonna associate with that person. And so we're just gonna
He is lying to your face. That is what he is doing, okay? He should ask JSTLK. You know what? I think, dude, oh my god. No, I understand. This is a softball interview. I understand. This is a softball interview. You want to give them the W. I understand, okay? Because you hate Steven, all right? So, just to be very clear, okay? JSTLK, all right? He has probably DM'd Saberssexual at least several times, okay? What has Saber done?
take his word for it. This is cringe and dumb. You clearly didn't fucking hear what I just said, which is that
Like, that already refutes it. Okay?
Destiny and Dan are releasing a manifesto. And so if JSTLK says, no, I never
And that's just the tip of the iceberg for JSTLK. Like, we can talk about Cherry, dude. Cherry.
I never doxed him. But then we got logs of him doxing him. Then I can say, oh, JSTLK lied to my fucking face. I don't want to talk to him anymore. You fucking retard. I literally said that 45 fucking seconds ago. Wake the fuck up. DGG is not sending their fucking best. Anyways.
Connor is my best friend. We've been best friends for a long time.
Thanks. I'm sure that clip will be great. So, sorry, hold on. Need to wrap the thing. So hold on. We did porn, doxing, swatting.
I love how nice they're being now. Because at some point in the past, JSTLK was saying how Connor is the one that holds the victim down while Steven is the one essaying them. But now it looks like they're buddies. Right? This is what happens when you don't have a spine and you don't stand up for yourself. And instead, you get gaped so hard by JSTLK that JSTLK becomes your new daddy. All right? Good one. This is why I'm saying you're getting sloppy toppy fucking second servings. Okay? Not just from Destiny, but from JSTLK. Very nice.
In the presence of other people. This one, I'm going to allow you to elaborate.
I remember. That's right. There's a clip out there. Yes, that's correct. Hey, this is why I'm around, right? The lore master, the person who remembers everything. Hey, that's why I'm around. Okay.
Have you tried to get Destiny demonetized by using members of the community to do so, or banned off of platforms?
I did report him to.
At 1 hour 10:25 seconds, Connor asks Kuihman what was worse, what Destiny did or watching Lolly. Oh, 1 hour 10:25, 1 hour 10:20. Okay, you're curious. Wait, the timestamp right now is 2:49:38. 2:49:38.
Articulate why they've changed, other than you just not sticking to them out of self-interest. Okay,
What
that's
is
the first thing.
okay? Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What is worse? What is worse? Sharing homemade pornography without consent and allegedly audio recording sexual encounters that were consensual but without the consent of the other parties, or being a lolicon?
The first one. Wait. It only looks at lolicon, but is a what you're saying?
Yeah, sure. What do you call it? What was that word? Where it was like a noble.
Yeah, virtuous.
Virtuous. Yeah, which one's worse? Virtuous.
I would say
who's
the one who
worse?
actually
The virtuous.
Who actually does the
allegedly
harmful
did.
acts. The person who actually does the harmful acts, it would be the first one. It would be the first one to me.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, Foodshops is not as bad as Destiny in my worldview.
Really?
Yeah, Foodshops is
Okay.
not about Destiny. Also, Foodshops has less agency. She's like legit disabled. It's like, you know.
Oh wait, sorry, that might be really funny. Can you say that again? What you said? She does have agency or doesn't have agency?
It doesn't have a lot of agency. No.
Okay, so you just think she's like a leaf blowing in the wind? She just goes where her.
Basically.
Bro, you don't go as far as I have, just blowing in the wind, okay? That's a cope because Connor thinks he can do my job, okay? That's a cope because Connor thinks that he can do my job, all right? But just so you know, okay, just so you know, there's absolutely no chance Connor can do what I do. No chance. In fact, I'll even say it, I don't think anybody can. I think I'm actually the only person who can do what I do right now, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so one of the things is like, once again, I don't hate Steven. Not gonna go out of my way to fuck with him.
Does he mean that or is his job? They're saying like, why have less agency? Bro, nice cope. That is a cope. That is a cope, okay? Very nice cope, okay? You sound pissed Destiny raised to your channel? No, you don't understand. When Destiny raised into my channel, what's happening is that he's actually mind-fucking me, okay? It's all part of his manipulation tactics. Holy shit. It's crazy. There's so many dudes like this. He thinks he is better than Destiny. I can't understand why Destiny is getting women he can't. Well, not just getting women he can't, but also getting the audience that he wants, getting, like, making better arguments, winning debates, everything, just everything, okay? And I think that Connor thinks the same. I think that Connor thinks the same about me. Like, why is, so, like, he's the one coping right now because he thinks that because I have less agency, so therefore Steven is able to promote me as his, like, #1 soldier or something like that, right? So that's a cope because I got to a higher position than Connor ever did without being Steven's friend in far less of a time. So he feels insecure about it. Does that make sense? Like, Connor feels insecure about my career because I managed to work hard, pull myself up by the bootstraps, so to speak, right? And he just cannot handle the truth, right? He can't handle that truth. So he has to convince himself, okay? He has to convince himself, and this is like the cope, right? Yeah.
Not gonna be joining the Snarkers in their crusade. But, you know, obviously something that
Also, by the way, just want to say, all right, Kuihman just defended Lolly here. Kuihman defended Lolly here. All right, Kuihman defended Lolly here. Connor apparently thinks that me and Steven are the same in terms of harm and culpability. That is crazy, okay? Unless you mean like we're both innocent, then fine, okay? If you mean we're both innocent, I'm more than happy to take that, okay? Yeah, but I'm also happy. I'm also happy that this is also the cope that Kuihman goes with. Turns out that if you're a shitty person, you're not going to be you're not going to have a great time, okay? And I think that instead of coming to that extremely obvious conclusion, he has to tell himself that, oh yeah, you don't understand, Foodshops is a sped. Foodshops is catatonic, barely get their words out. Just want to tell you guys, this is just between you and me, okay? Kuihman at some point said that he was a fan of mine. That was after he snarked me. After he snarked me and stopped snarking me, he said that he was a fan of mine. I banned him from chat because I thought that he made me feel weird, just mainly because, like, why should I have a person who snarked me in my chat, in my community where I can feel unsafe, right? So I banned him from my chat and he didn't take that well. And then he became my enemy again. Why did he become my enemy again? Because he was so salty, I banned him from my chat back then, 3 years ago. So just to be very clear, okay? Why would you ever be a fan of somebody at some point, of someone with no agency? Okay. All right, moving on. 249, right? JSTLK? Okay.
Never, not to my knowledge.
Mao is also a fan of you. He wanted to create. You know what's so crazy? I think all of these anti-fans are actually massive fans of mine. I think all the anti-fans are massive fans of mine at some point or even now. But it's just that because the narrative has to be anti-Destiny, so therefore, like, they have to present themselves as someone who also hates me and whatever the fuck, right? But you know what the truth is? Is that back then when I had like no allegiances, no connections, no anything, these anti-fans loved me, okay? When I was one of them. The anti-fans loved me. When I was doing Tomtent, the anti-fans loved me, okay? They loved me. They really did, okay? They went into chat every night to smack talk. Kuihman was in my chat. Kuihman was an active chatter of mine, okay? They loved me. So it's kind of funny that they have to like pretend I'm such a sucky person. It's like, okay, dude, go back to Lolly for like the 500th time. I'm sure it'll work this time around.
When I went no, I was unaware that even happened.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta address some fucking retards in chat. I am not saying that JSTLK is my friend. I'm saying that if somebody lies to my fucking face,
Little Mao is involved, bro. I used to oil up his chat, oil up my chat.
I'm obviously not going to associate with that person. And so we're just going to take his word for it. This is cringe and dumb. You clearly didn't fucking hear what I just said, which is that Destiny and Dan are releasing a manifesto. And so if JSTLK says, no.
Leave my Lolly alone? Don't say that. Please. Bro, don't say that. Please.
I never doxed him. But then we got logs of him doxing him. Then I can say, oh, JSTLK lied to my fucking face.
What are you, Radiant? Hello?
I don't want to talk to him anymore. You fucking retard. I literally said that 45 fucking seconds ago. Wake the fuck up. DGG is not sending their fucking best. Anyways,
Connor is my best friend. We've been best friends for a long time.
Thanks. I'm sure that clip will be great. So, sorry.
You're fine.
Hold on. Need to wrap the thing. So hold on. We
The DJ kitty cost like $11. Crazy. Wait, really? I didn't know that. Thanks. Also, Vonica, thanks.
did porn, doxing, swatting in the presence of other people. This one, you know, I'm going to allow you to elaborate upon. Have you tried to get Destiny demonetized by using members of the community to do so, or banned off of platforms?
I did report him to YouTube for the extensive doxing campaign he undertook against my community. Actual fun fact, I actually didn't report him when he threatened to dox me, said I should be killed, or when he planned to post my actual dox information.
Okay.
It was only later when he had doxed people in my community, threatened other people in the community, threatened other communities themselves. That was when I was like.
By the way, okay, another reason, and by the way, this is a genuine reasoning by Kuihman back then, okay? Because Kuihman said this on his own fucking show, all right? Kuihman said that he actually really appreciates my arc where I went from someone who was downtrodden and piled on by the entire space to somebody who is able to take it and is able to like dish out the punishment, okay? This is something that Kuihman has said about me, all right, when he was still a fan. When he was still a fan of me, that is what he said. That is what he admires about me. Someone who was able to take so much punishment, but then come back in different arcs where I'm always the underdog and I'm always pushing back and whatever, right? But now, you know, everyone has to pretend they hate me, okay? No more underdog narrative, okay? Because I've actually made it. So technically not really the underdog anymore, but yeah.
Okay, I think this person's like extensively harmful and like actually probably should be slowed down or stopped in some way.
And
also,
that,
I only reported him on YouTube. I didn't do the whole like, oh, I'm going to report him on a bunch of platforms or something.
And so that will be corroborated by the logs, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Then, have you shit talked out?
I need to see this happy man. Good was this? I mean, like, I would love to see Kuihman dance, right? If you're gonna make fun of Wick dancing, then I think that you should. I think I admire somebody who has the confidence to dance on stream than I would ever like admire anybody who puts a curtain behind them, hides themselves away from the world, hides behind a 2D avatar, right? Like, this is Kuihman making fun of Wick dancing, all right? Like, you can make fun of Wick, that's fine, okay? That's okay. You can make fun of Wick, all right? I make fun of Wick all the time, all right? But I just want to say one thing. Wick is so much more braver, so much more confident than Kuihman will ever be, all right? Like, his awkward dancing, fine, okay? Like, you can make fun of his awkward dancing, okay? But, like, dude, I think Kuihman's just allergic to happiness, okay? It's fine. And he's insecure because he pictures himself dancing and he knows he can't dance as well, okay?
Oh, I also made a whole guide for reporting him, like, because it's a complex report to show that he's linking PII, that he's doxing people in a linked platform. So I made like a guide to do that report.
Clearly,
hey, now I know.
Destiny's not at his best right now. He's lying to Connor, but Connor literally just takes it, laugh my ass off.
Kuihman is just a repressed drink. Like, you really think that when Kuihman was talking about like a potential lover that he would have had, like a woman that he would have been with, that he wouldn't get down? He wouldn't get down to get her heart? I would get down. I would get down dancing for a woman's heart. Oh, really?
Destiny, you fucking dipshit. I literally just explained this to your 80 IQ fucking audience. I'm asking, Jake.
Being allergic to cringe is a terrible way to live. I admire so much more of someone who embraces their cringe, but I'll probably cringe back. Okay, I'll probably cringe at you. I will cringe at you. Okay, I will make fun of you for cringing. But at the end of the day, I'll still respect you. Okay?
Talk these questions. That way, if your manifesto disproves him, then I can say he's lying to my face. Thank you.
Hold on, I literally clarified. I have no problem with like justifying any of the behavior I've done.
Sure. All right. Anyways, so that's the never have I evers. I'm sure I missed a couple. Fun.
Okay. Keep going if you want.
You're Destiny. You're just gonna distract. So if you want to talk to me, you can call me. But I'm giving you a 24-hour. Bye.
You're such a man. You're just such a man, dude. You're just such a big man. You're just such a, you know, you just have so much man energy. Like, wow.
All right.
You're the bigger man. You're the bigger man now. You're such a bigger man. I'm pretending to be an anti-fan, gassing him up. Okay. You're such a bigger man.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
You don't. Okay.
Such an alpha.
Right.
You really took back control. By the way, the voice is also perfectly mimicking their average voice tone and intonation. Okay.
Well, wait, go ahead. I mean, you can go ahead if you want. Do you have any other questions? Because if you don't have any questions, then I could go into the Hutch thing, because that's probably where I want to start.
Oh yeah, by the way, just want to say, these people, listen, the anti-fans, they can't keep me off of their mind, okay? I was watching JSTLK stream yesterday, off stream, and Maiwand, you know, Maiwand, the crazy woman, formerly known as Sulfur, she was so obsessive with me, dude. She just couldn't, even when the topic isn't talking about me at all, she was going off, mentally unwell. Okay, I'm telling you, dude.
I think you may have misunderstood, or I poorly explained something with the Hutch thing. Like the whole summoning demons. What's your impression of the summoning demons thing?
Can I bring up the picture? That way I can just show it to you.
Sure. Yeah.
So I try to do mind maps, and I do mind maps because it helps clarify my positions when things are complex topics and it makes them simple. And
just real quick.
Offended by your looks? Yeah, I just want to say, okay, all right, people can make fun of my looks. Okay, that's fine. You can make fun of, oh yeah, Foodshops doesn't pass or whatever the fuck, okay? But I'm pretty sure in private, I actually saw like an anti-fan chat, and I'm pretty sure one of the things that they said in that chat is, oh, sorry that you didn't know that Foodshops was trans. Foodshops actually passes really well. But they'll never say this out in the open. Where I can actually see it. They'll always say it behind closed doors, okay? They'll always say it when they think I'm not watching, okay? But it's so funny to catch it in that moment and then like...
Just to be clear, Destiny also advocated mass reporting me on Kick in like...
Destiny fucking said that he was going to copyright strike me the other fucking day.
Like, it's so clear, dude. So you guys are trying too hard.
He said that if I insufficiently transformed his content, then he was going to copyright strike me. He said he was going to fucking blackball me. And Big Mech, a DGGer, said, I'm contacting Connor's boss and I'm getting him fired. So
yeah,
they treat you as a woman psychosexually. Yeah, like even the natural way that they treat me is like so much more different than how they would treat a man. So it's like their mind automatically goes to woman. Their mind literally automatically instantly goes to woman, and they have to like force themselves to re-tag me as a man in order to like try to trigger me or something. It's so stupid. It's so silly. It's silly. They're being silly. Okay.
So hold on, let me share this with you.
Yeah.
So DGG sometimes is not very nice. This
you
one.
don't say.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So what I brought up when I was talking about this was also another retarded thing.
I've gotten just real quick.
I feel like Connor isn't seeing the future in which he loses all of these communities if when the manifesto provides the evidence. Well, that's why Connor is constantly asking about the manifesto, right? That must be why. That must be why Connor is constantly asking about the manifesto. He knows.
Got your stream on if you don't want to do the presentation.
Sorry, what's that?
He knows.
I've got your. Oh, never mind. You're gonna pull that off stream. I see. Hold on. I gotta pull this up and fix it. Sorry, I had your camera on stream, so now I've got this guy on stream. It's fine.
Okay. So sorry. Let me know when you're ready.
We're good. Yeah, we're good. Go for it.
Okay. So I think that Steven is engaged in total warfare, where he's attacking you and attacking other people. And Esports Batman and Wicked Supreme, I still haven't seen good reasons for why they were doxxed. Even if he hates you, even if he hates Kuihman, I haven't seen good reason for it. So he, in my metaphorical mindset, is killing civilians while engaged in total warfare.
You guys should like the stream, by the way. And also, it's not too late to donate, okay? I'm gonna end the stream after this talk with JSTLK, okay? But it's never too late, okay? It's never too late to donate, okay? It's never too late to contribute to the stream, to contribute to the war effort, okay? The war effort needs your support, okay? We can't do it without you.
I'm asking him.
Yeah, I'm aware of the barbarian retributive violence paradigm.
This is a little bit different, but I promise you I'll try to be as brief as I can.
Well, the Viet Cong thing I'm also aware of. I just thought it was more or less the same thing.
Okay, well, I'll try to be fast for the sake of the audience, I suppose.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I'm advocating Steven to do and DGG to do is counterinsurgency warfare, which means that you obtain evidence and you kill.
Foodshops is a lady. Try to be as regal as possible and elegant when I can be, okay, in public.
The insurgents, in this case, you only dox people that you know have doxed you.
Yep.
Then, with freedom fighters, which I think that you and Kuihman and a few other people claim to be, they attack the president, they attack the people who support the civil infrastructure, and they attack the warriors, but they don't attack civilians. And then I would say that terrorists attack civilians. I think Wick is a civilian. I think that, who is it? Wick's a civilian. Hutch's dead sister is a civilian, but maybe you could argue that they're part of Destiny's power structure. And then where...
Hutch's dead sister is a part of Destiny's structure.
There's no mercy in war. People live and people die. That's all there is to it.
Those scarves still lie.
Thank you for $20. Did I really just hear that? Yeah, I guess so. Me too. This is my first time hearing it too. What the fuck? Hello? Bro, why can't people just be normal, man? Why am I the one saying this? Dude, why am I the one saying this? I just don't understand. Why am I the one saying this? Oh yeah, by the way, this is me, IRL, when I was hanging out with, Stumbling, me eating Pocky. See how regal I'm dressed? The board game convention. Yeah, hey, it's me. Okay.
I got critical of you is that we know, or supposedly, we know that people were making
Wait.
is counterinsurgency warfare, which means that you obtain evidence and you kill the insurgents. In this case, you only dox people that you know have doxed you.
Yep.
Then
I hate neck scar, but I forgive your winner because you kind of pull him off. Dude, it's like, at this point, I'm more scared of me without a scarf. Because, yeah. It's kind of like Soy Pill. It's kind of like Soy Pill without his hat, you know?
with freedom fighters, which I think that you and Kuihman and a few other people claim to be, they attack the president, they attack the people who support the civil infrastructure, and they attack the warriors, but they don't attack civilians. And then I would say that terrorists attack civilians. I think Wick is a civilian. I think that, who is it? Wick's a civilian. Hutch's dead sister is a civilian, but maybe you could argue that they're part of Destiny's power structure.
I miss the hairpins. They never went away. They just serve different purposes now. Like I said, the hairpins was never initially about fashion. It was just about keeping the hair up, okay? Yeah.
And then where I got critical of you is that we know, or supposedly, we know that people were making fun of Hutch's dead sister. We know that Wick's PII was being posted in the server, so those people would be terrorists. Yep. So even if you claim to be a freedom fighter, if you're in the presence of demons who are going to get summoned in order to Hutch. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, keep going. Oh, I don't think those people are like targets at all. I would totally disagree with that.
You don't think who's the target?
Wick or Hutch's sister, or like I don't think they're targets
of your community.
What?
I don't think they're like targets of like what would you call it? Like escalations, like Wick being his PI getting posted or something. I don't know exactly what's there, but whatever happened with him, not like a valid target in my opinion. Even if he's like engaging in conversations, I don't think he's a valid target. Anyway, keep going.
But with the summoning circle statement, basically what Hutch said was that I am not going to be phased by you guys attacking me for killing my sister. And what you said was, please don't do this because there's going to be a summoning circle of demons who are basically going to be summoned in Skullfuck you. And so what that sounds like is that even though you're not claiming to be a demon that's going to be summoned in Skullfuck him, it sounds like you're in the presence of demons who are going to try to Skullfuck Hutch.
Yeah, so I can explain this really quickly. Did you ever watch me call into anything else and get mad at Dan for the like made up Jew stalker name?
It was so embarrassing for JSTLK that I can't find it because he might have taken down. I don't know. Okay, but someone please dig it up. Please dig up JSTLK's calling into anything else. Can somebody please dig that up? Okay, please. I want to watch it. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, dude.
I think I'm vaguely familiar, but if you want to refresh me, that's not going to be a problem at all.
It was basically I just called.
Why do you even bring this up? It looks so bad.
And Dan's response was like, "This is just really stupid for you to do because now everybody's going to know it bothers you, and so everybody's going to weaponize that against you." Sure. That was what I would.
No, it was because you were threatening to leak Dan's personal information. That was okay, guys. Dig it up, guys. DM me, send me on Discord, tag me. It's out there somewhere. Okay.
Called summoning demons. Like basically, you're showing something irritates you, or if you challenge people, certain people like with the way they talk. If you challenge people who are already doing like deranged humor, you're going to push them to do more deranged things. If you say that doesn't bother me at all, like you make a big stand about it, I'm like, oh, you're like that. Some people are going to take that as a challenge with the like kind of dark humor they're going for. They're going to take that as a challenge and they're going to try to fuck with you more, right? On that along those same lines. So it's just like if you don't want to talk about your sister, I think it's you mostly just ignore those comments and things get better.
So I guess my question though is,
just ignore them. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Hello? Sorry, I'm restarting my cam. Bro, what? Do you only read comments on YouTube or something? Well, I mean, people aren't very active in Twitch. Are you pro-Palestine? Yeah, I would say so. Destiny literally shilled for the IDF. How can you not be anti-Destiny? What? Because I'm pro-nuance. Hello?
Descriptively, because this is the argument that Steven is making, is that between you and...
Oh, based. So, wait. So, just to be very clear. No, dude, I'm looking for... Oh, this is what happens. Looking for the anything else clip.
Kuihman, you guys are arguing so frequently about his malfeasance that you are creating a stochastic environment and a ripe environment in which demons and terrorists can flourish in the presence of you.
Yeah, I know that's the argument. So I don't know how you make that argument and also argue that you should call Charlie Kirk a fascist.
Because it's just a misrepresentation. Just want to say that. complete misrepresentation, okay? I think it might be this one. No, it's not. Fuck.
Can you elaborate?
So people will argue that you can call Charlie Kirk a fascist because he was like enabling or abetting.
Really? It was not saved? It was just not saved?
Like actual fascist takeover in America. And that calling him fascist there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, he had several positions that you could qualify as fascist. And there was a real argument that you could really use the term fascist to describe him and it was okay. It was like descriptive. And so, but obviously conservatives would now argue since he was assassinated that calling him a fascist is what led to him being assassinated, right? So where do you have to fall back from describing somebody accurately as opposed to like, yeah, do you fall back from describing them accurately or do you risk that? Or like how much blame do you have for describing them accurately?
So one of the things that Steven guffawed at was that he didn't think that You basically said that like truth is a defense. That's kind of what I just heard. So I said that there would be a dozen reasons to earnestly hate Steven. Not that I do, but I could understand how these people arrive at their conclusions. Would you be willing to list maybe your top 3 to 5 reasons why you dislike Steven?
I don't even know. Like, he's just like a provable liar in a lot of different situations. The threats and doxing have been like a lot. He's tried to like destroy my community. He's mass reported my channel. I don't like him for those personal reasons. But realistically, it's probably just like this broad sense of pervasive harm. Lately, he actually just sucks at politics too. Like, his political analysis is just dog shit. So like, he misread the whole Ken Martin DNC interview thing. It's just awful. So I don't know, dog shit political analysis, lies, doxing, and threats. What else? Consent violations.
Where did this get?
I can't find it. I can't find. Wait.
Gold miner.
Oh.
8.
How's that possible?
Who's the retard now?
The amount of mayonnaise. What do you say? 5 gallons?
In the Patreon exclusive.
No one did that.
I think I could. This never happens. Okay, this is
23. I just forgot.
22?
No, 23.
Why did it take?
Oh, shit happened. You know. So that's the problem that we've developed.
For everyone, I guess.
American?
I think British.
There was like
No, Scottish. No.
Because I can't let JSTLK get away with this lie. Or misrepresentation, sorry. Fuck. Is only Kuihman and I the only people who covered that? That's crazy, dude.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
We are watching JSTLK have his little
Mm.
Max Carson arc here.
Okay. Some guy confronts Dan. Don't say some guy. Just say the name so then he's searchable. What the fuck?
lighting?
Yes, that's right. They
your people are already doing. Okay.
Yeah, my people. Number 2. See that right there?
Nope. Still can't find it. Oh, I give up. I give up. Right.
Because you basically decided that you didn't like him anymore around.
This is
I
not
can take away this
possible.
drawing. But
I was playing Deadlock, sorry. You know what? You always come in to save me, okay? You always come in to save me somehow. How? How do you have access to all of this? How do
Ryan
you
Reynolds
know?
here for, I guess, my 100th
meme shit? No, just in general. Like if a stock spikes too high or drops too low.
People don't know why I'm upset about this.
Oh, hello, fat voice. Fat voice detected. Hi,
Because
JSTLK.
that was one of my first cars, and that's what I would like to have. And I don't want to go so fast to kill myself. And I think it would be cool, and it talks to you in Japanese when you leave the door open, and it's retro 80s tech, and it's fun, and I don't give a shit. And I'm already married for 20 years, so I don't have to do anything to try and get pussy. So, all right. Well, anyways, JSTLK apparently wants to call in Lycan, so he can join the Discord and do that, and I guess talk about
Lycan.
something. And then I'll just
Oh, that's
have
a
the
name.
ability to do that there. Anyways, thanks for coming on real quick.
Yeah. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good. Let's not have this be a repeat of last time.
It's gonna be a repeat of last time a little bit, actually.
There has to be a video version of this. Am I asking too much by trying to find a video version? Whatever. This has to do.
Wait, has he called into this show?
I don't know if
before?
you. I don't know if you caught it.
But if this is just going to be,
Oh, you mean scolding Dan?
oh yeah, that no,
Yeah, I don't know if you caught it, but
that's not going to happen.
Did you see Hassan go ahead and call me a Nazi recently?
No.
Is that the chair squeaking in the background? Because JSTLK is so fat? Bro.
But that's not.
Well, that happened.
Okay.
Okay. So I asked you
Stop.
very nicely,
What?
probably a month ago, not to do that meme, right?
To do what meme?
The Jew soccer meme.
I didn't. I haven't. Wait,
So
this
he's
is-
eating?
before-
He
before
is.
we had our
This
last
is
call.
not the place for
Before we
this.
had our last call. Wait, you don't want content?
Didn't you want this? Orbiters calling in and stuff? Wasn't this
Yeah,
exactly
I
what
guess
you
so.
asked for, Dan?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
fine. Okay, so what? Are you upset that I call you JSTLK?
I'm asking you.
What would you
No,
like me to
I'm
call
a-
you?
You called me Jew stalker, and then you implied I was anti-Semitic.
I did that once.
Yeah, but I asked you before that not to, specifically, right?
Wait, but by this point, I'm pretty sure Dan stopped calling JSTLK Jew stalker.
I did.
Well, I said it. I think I said it in jest. We would have to go back to the clip and watch it.
You did not say it in jest.
I-
You were
actually, I
upset
remember
with me,
exactly
and
what
so
I
you said
said.
it intentionally.
I remember what I said.
What did you say?
Past Dan's not letting me down here. I said something along the lines of, "Man, maybe those Jew stalker memes aren't a joke here," or something along those lines, implying that because of what you were saying was so whatever to be the case.
Yeah, you were implying I was anti-Semitic. Was it a
Well,
joke?
it was a what you call in the business a joke, or what's the word for something when it's similar to something? Simile?
Simile, or when it's similar to something?
Yeah.
Just similar?
An allegory?
No.
No, that's not it. Anyways, we'll just go with it being a joke.
Okay, and then about 3 weeks ago, you
Uh-huh.
told me specifically you were going to help me clean this up. That you were going to do something about it. That you're going to basically disavow those comments.
Yeah, I basically banned a bunch of people on the subreddit that were making the Jew stalker thing and deleting the posts.
You banned 2 on the one day that August asked you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I did more than that.
But you didn't come out and say like, "Oh, that's not true." You didn't come out and do anything to clean that up at all. Despite telling me you were going to.
To clean it up. I don't know if it's my place to clean it up.
It is when you lean into it and make it a meme in the community
I
way
did it-
more than it ever was before.
I did it one time,
Did
and it
one
was a
time,
joke
and then
when I did it.
Spiraled out from there.
You know what this
And
is?
I asked you explicitly to help me clean it up.
What?
And
Stop.
you said you
or
were
I
going
won't do
to.
anything more. Knock it off. I'm not fucking around.
Oh my god.
This is such a, like, if there's any one way to never make a joke go away, if there's any one way to never make a joke go away, it is this, right? Like, you're just showing people that you're triggered by this and you'll never stop being triggered by it.
Okay, go.
Okay. You know what this is? It's a cry bully situation.
Well, I'm looking at chat.
Where's the
Give me my
cry bully?
thing back, okay? Respond to him seriously if
I
you want to do
am.
it. Okay.
It's a cry bully situation. Okay. I don't know what you want me to say in this circumstance right now. Okay. Like
He wants you to apologize for starting a rumor about him. They got picked up by Hassan.
Bro, you would fucking not live a day in my shoes, bro.
You
Every day.
literally
Oh,
do.
I
You
don't want
cried
him to
for months about
apologize.
people making like jokes and shit about you, to where you were permabanning people from chat, from the subreddit, and from the Discord for ever bringing it up. He's asking for the same type of credibility. That's all he's looking for.
Oh, okay. Dude, can you actually believe Destiny defended JSTLK against Dan? Oh, man. Times used to be different, man.
Yes.
That was like, I think, a different situation that happened for months.
Wow.
This is talking about one comment, one time that was made in jest. You know what? Fuck it.
You told me
You know what?
3
I'm
weeks
sorry.
ago.
You are not the Jew stalker, and I disavow any Jew stalker memes that have been made as a result of my one comment, one time, 3 weeks ago.
Good job. That's all he wanted.
Is that all you wanted?
Dan has never been wrong about orbiters. Does that include like me, or because you realize we beefed before, right? He said that I was gonna betray Steven.
I wanted you to come on stream and do it by yourself because you told me you were going to 3 weeks
Uh-huh.
ago, and then again about a week ago.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering why it took this long.
Oh, well, I was busy, I guess. I was playing a lot of Rust.
Didn't we just have a whole conversation about how, certain comments can
No, he's not wrong.
get taken, way further than they're intended to and cause problems, and there should be repercussions?
Uh-oh, Lycan is trying.
Which one? What was that conversation?
The egg.
The egg one.
What?
What was the egg?
Egg.
About people throwing eggs at people. I don't know how
Wow.
that relates to this, but that's what he's referring to.
Whoa.
Oh.
So just in case people don't know why I'm upset about this, I now have Casey Tron spreading it. I have Hassan spreading it. It's all over like Twitter and shit. This is a problem for me
Oh, so basically the same thing you're doing to Destiny now. Oh, wow. Nice consistency. Very nice.
because I wanted to do this as like
Mm. Woe be me. Woe be me. Woe be me. Woe be me.
potentially a career, right? And now if I face reveal, I have that
You never face revealed. You really are a fucking archive? Oh, no, maybe a little bit.
meme attached to anything I do personally now. If people Google my name, like if I were to
Hey, that's why I'm the only one who can do what I do, okay? Can you imagine Counterpoints trying to think up, like, things that has happened in the past? Oh my lord.
face reveal, show my identity anywhere, I'm
Just like how Lonerbox is to the Middle East, how I am to this space, okay? Hell yeah, okay.
right.
No, I think you'll be okay. I mean, these people are never going to be your fans or friends anyways.
You
right?
think it's okay?
Beef with me and I'll pull up some really weird esoteric shit that I should really not know, but somehow I know, okay?
Okay to have prominent figures online with millions and millions of followers calling you a Nazi?
His son called me a pedophile. Okay, all right. You don't see me bitching like that. Like, hello?
Is it okay? No, I think if you're in Destiny's orbit, that's assumed that's going to happen. I mean, that's going to happen to pretty much anyone who's an orbiter of Steven, for the most part.
Okay. And then
By the way, this is why Counterpoints can't live a day in my shoes. Counterpoints would not be able to handle that. Like literally impossible. Literally impossible for him to handle that. No way. He would not be able to handle Hassan talking about him in that way. Yeah.
when
No.
people around Destiny
Absolutely no
also do
shot.
it, you don't think that's a problem? You don't think that lends
Even if I was just Asian, Counterpoints would be crashing out over racist jokes, okay?
a little more credence to it?
No way he would be able to handle
I mean, I
damage
guess if it
issues.
happens like over
no
and over again,
way.
then yeah, you'd probably step in and do something at that point. Like if it becomes like a running thing. Yeah, I think that would be like the good litmus test. I think we've done like a pretty good
Okay.
job. Who is this? You did something good for like can't remember the name of the person now.
The Atlanta Police Department.
Hunter makes decent Warhammer content. He should stick at what he's good at. From what I've heard, I've seen a post on r/Destiny. I don't know how true it is, but someone was calling out his knowledge of Warhammer 2. That he's just BSing all of his videos and like he doesn't get anything right from the lore. But yeah.
Yeah, you did do something good for the Atlanta Police Department. Yeah, that's.
Have you played old
that's
school
true.
RuneScape? A little bit. Wasn't interested.
Listen,
LARPer?
I don't
A
know
tourist.
enough about you to say if you are, you're not. My suspicion is that you are not, and that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to hold on. We don't have to.
I'm out there looking.
Every
Babe.
every single day that I'm called Jew stalker, Groiper, Nazi.
Oh yeah, by the way, okay. By the way, do you know what character Counterpoints compared me to from Game of Thrones? Visuals got it. I kid you not. The Mountain. He said that I was the mountain of this space. He said that I was the mountain from Game of Thrones from this space. If he believes that, if he thinks I'm the mountain, that explains fucking everything, okay? Tiny trans Asian lady is the mountain. Maybe I am a bigger man than like Counterpoints in his head, in his perception, right? Like
DGG chat or on the Reddit, and I'll be checking every single day that it happens. I'll leak
you do look all. Okay, I'm not that short. I'm 5'7". Okay, I'm the same height as Steven.
one random detail of what we were talking about earlier last month. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm just incentivizing you. to
Wait, did you guys miss that? Did you guys miss that? Did you guys miss it? This is JSTLK threatening to do what? Threatening to dox, right? Right? Threatening to what? To what? To dox Dan at the time for what? For not doing enough, okay?
You did something good for like.
Pay attention.
Can't remember the name of the person now.
The Atlanta Police Department.
Yeah, you did do something good for the Atlanta Police Department. Yeah, that's true. Listen, I don't know enough about you to say if you are, you're not. My suspicion is that you are not, and that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to hold on. I actually we don't have to do it anymore.
You really want to drag this out?
No. Every single day that I'm called Jew Stalker, Groiper, Nazi in DGG chat or on the Reddit, and I'll be checking every single day that it happens. I'll leak one random detail of what we were talking about earlier last month. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm just incentivizing you to clean it up.
So let's be very clear. Okay, so Counterpoints asks, JSTLK, have you ever doxed? Have you ever blah, blah, blah? Have you ever this, did that? What did JSTLK say?
You kind of were a Destiny After Hours show up until January. Basically,
it's just awful. So, I don't know, dog shit political analysis, lies.
Take a bow, Queen, holy shit.
Doxing and threat.
Look, it's just my memory, okay?
What else?
Sorry.
Consent violations.
Where did this get? Because you basically decided that you didn't like him anymore around. I can take away this drawing. But you kind of were a Destiny After Hours show up until January of 25, right?
Yep.
And then January to February.
Can you imagine hiding anything from me? There is no depths in which I will not dig, okay?
Ish is when you kind of like left orbit and decided that you didn't want to be associated with him anymore?
It was pretty much like January 20th.
Okay. And so I guess because you kind of gave me some like very general statements, the lying, the doxing, destroying my community, his political analysis sucks, and then the consent violations. Can you kind of like maybe narrativize those for us so you could like give us a chronology of like what you felt and when and why you changed?
I'm hiding something from you right now. 13.903.552.324. Is that your IP address? I'm kidding.
The consent violations were like particularly egregious to start with. And then instead of taking accountability, which I thought was possible, and I would have taken like some days for that. But
or is it?
I think instead of taking accountability, he basically decided fairly quickly to start lashing out at people. He's turned Pixie into like this evil demon that is like, by definition, if you have any support for her at all, like you're a bad person, right?
Okay, so basically,
do you disagree with that?
Leaking the homemade pornography.
Well, now you guys know why I was trying so hard to find that clip, right? Now you guys know how, like, why I was trying so hard to find the JSTLK call-in, right? It was worth it, right?
Was a problem, but
you know, these things get swept under the rug, okay? My job is to unearth them once again, all right? That's what I do. You should donate.
Do you think he could have owned it and you would have had a different reaction?
I would. So, it's going to get into the topic I don't want to talk about. So I'm going to say the like non-consensually recorded audio as well was like a bigger problem for me.
And if I'm right, because I'm genuinely not too sure, okay? Connor was caught on stream years ago talking about how he also did age play with his now ex-wife, okay? But I could be wrong. I'm not too sure about this one. This one I am actually really unsure about. However, if I'm right, that would be kind of nuts, okay?
That's like the biggest problem to me. So I probably wouldn't have been okay if he just owned the pornography stuff, but I certainly would have just distanced. I would have just been gone.
Okay, can I get a no comment from you on a question?
Sure, go ahead.
So basically, what we heard in reference to the topic that you don't want to talk about is that there was a criminal report made and that it was making its way through the process. But obviously, if they're in different jurisdictions.
Age play.
And it's been a couple of years.
You need to do this? Okay. Go ahead. You can finish if you want, but I already said no comment. I can't have a comment. So
no, that's fine. Basically, where I was going to go is like, are there any updates? Because obviously the questions or the
I understand why you'd want to know. I just no comment.
That's fine. I'll just finish. I'll just finish the sentence and
yeah, go ahead.
So basically, the attitude in March of 25 was that Steven was going to be like dead and in a ditch, incarcerated and sued to death. So now that we're a substantial amount of time later and there hasn't been public forward movement, that's where it's like, is this ever going to happen?
Sure. I think the original conversation we had basically hinged on, and it wasn't even like a criminal thing.
You don't want to know? Well, we have no choice, right?
I thought he would be like, what would you say, indicted or convicted, but I didn't necessarily think he would spend time in jail.
After Memorial, I'm going to set up regular donos to your PayPal. You earned it. Thanks. I appreciate that.
I thought it was possible, but like I didn't necessarily think he'd spend time in jail. So I don't know where the dead in a ditch thing.
But just so you know, if you donate to me via PayPal, okay, like your first and last name is on there for me to see, okay? I'm not going to do anything, obviously, all right? But just so you know, if you don't want me to know, don't pay via PayPal, okay? Use Kick.
Came from other than I think.
Well, it came from Kuihman, in my opinion, because Kuihman was telling me that he should have been added to a sex registry, and I think you backed him up in that assertion.
But we've argued that because of the consent violations, obviously, right? That he has shown a persistent pattern of consent violations. So Melina complained during the Bob 7 manifesto. He shared nudes of Melina without her consent, pornography of Melina without her consent. He was told not to do that ever again, and then he did it again. Basically, that shows like a broad, pervasive pattern of consent violation and like a total lack of regard for other people's sexual independence, sexual autonomy that should be disclosed to future partners. I think I even agreed with you that perhaps
do you still stand by that prescriptively?
Yes, but it's like I don't think that can be done under the law, right? I don't necessarily think that is taken into account.
Do you think you always had that attitude that it wouldn't be done under the law?
I think it was arguable. I don't know if again, it's like edge cases with like some of the stuff. I don't know. Like I don't think so. We had an argument about it. If you don't remember, I don't know.
I remember the argument. I felt like in the argument, what Kuihman did or what you were doing, because I think I had arguments with both of you around the time, was I was saying your desires.
Now, do you guys understand why Destiny promos me? Why Destiny endorses me?
Are not proportional to the crime, nor will the punishments that you are prescribing, are they likely to be meted out? And I think you guys said stop using probability as an excuse for what should happen. And then I think you said that, like, if I remember correct, I mean, you could tell me. I felt like you guys were saying that it was possible.
I'd have to go back and check. I remember I looked into it legally. I thought there was like some of the statutes there that it could be possible. But I think like I'd have to go back and try to look. I think it was something like you'd need multiple charges on the same statutes, and probably like there's no way to go back through the history and pull up the previous consent violations in the same way. So you do.
Okay. Then.
But it's like it's all on the record, right? So that's why I say like prescriptively, I think it would be good. I don't think it's going to happen anymore.
Yeah. So and then sorry, I'm going to make an inference and just confirm it.
I didn't even.
You were saying that you think that it would have been better if Stephen had owned the consent violations, and maybe that would have reduced your hostility towards him. But because of the situation that you don't want to discuss, you probably would not have been able to forgive him personally.
Yep.
Okay. I'm writing down some of the things that you said.
Bro, this is the softest pushback, dude. Softest interview, softest pushback. You're not even trying. You're not even trying. You're not even trying. Dude, oh my god. Dude, this... Connor literally steelmans the anti-fans against Steven than he ever does the opposite direction. Actually unhinged. But
just so I could... just so I can keep them for summary format later. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just like, for me, I just figured I would like knock out the, what would you call it? The snarker tour, where, basically.
I only hate you. Should you? If I enjoy what I want and I'm not peer pressured by others to enjoy a game I don't enjoy, should you hate me over that?
I talked to all the snarkers or whatever because they were excited that I told Destiny that if you should dox someone, you should have good evidence for it and you should present that evidence. And that's led to a disruption in our relationship. But I mean, like, I to be honest, I kind of knew this shit, like I've seen enough of it that you think that his political analysis sucks. The consent violations, I've heard you articulate those before. I've heard you articulate that you think that he's a liar. I've heard you reinforce the non-consensual audio recordings before. And then obviously the doxing are going to be reasons why you hate him. So
I think it's mostly the trying to chill participation in my community.
Okay. Chill speech, and then
don't participate in this community. What?
Sorry, going back to that. You said that he was basically saying anybody in the server could be doxxed.
Bro, I could sniff this Sharpie of 5 trillion times and I would still have more brain cells than whatever this oaf does. That was like 30 brain cells gone. Still smart, okay? Still intelligent, still smart, still sharp, okay?
I believe that's a log somewhere. I would have to go find it. He's definitely talked about anybody participating in the conversation, like doing deranged commentary, as he would say, on his lawsuit was like a target. I'd have to go find the logs on that.
To your knowledge,
I'm like very confident he did say it. I just haven't gone and found like a clip or the log specifically.
So here's a couple of things. Is it your contention that Destiny specifically doxed Wicked Supreme?
Yes.
Okay. Did Wicked Supreme dox anybody to your knowledge?
No.
Hunter is so gay, man. Yeah, no kidding. He considered making a grinder, okay?
Did he swat anybody to your knowledge?
Oh.
What?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you just said nope, weird. Did he send homemade pornography that was released onto the internet to any of Steven's family members to your knowledge?
No. I mean, to my knowledge, no.
Did he digitally harass Nathan or any of Steven's family members or Steven himself?
To my knowledge, and totally outside of the character of the person.
Okay. What about Esports Batman? To your knowledge, did he...
No to all of those things again.
Okay. But both of them actively talk shit about Steven in a Discord? Discord?
Yep.
Okay. So what would it be your
Wow. All you have to do is ask them. You don't need to find evidence. You don't need to find evidence against. You just ignore things. Dude, is it just like taking yes or no questions and just taking it on its head? Do you guys notice like do you guys know? Oh my god. See, and this is why Connor cannot do what I do, okay? Because I could recall things, I could remember things, I could dig up things that would disprove everything that these guys are saying, but Connor just needs a yes or no answer. What? How is this your standard? That is so stupid.
How?
What?
Instead of me just stating something and then you agree with it, how about this? Why do you think they were doxxed? If you had to guess.
Yeah, he's just trying to do confirmation bias, right?
Destiny
yeah.
is saying
because
these cunts
they
are
were
malicious and they're
former
trying to ruin my
friends.
fucking life.
Because they
Why
were
were they
former
doxxed?
friends and they were judgmental of him, and he feels like a tremendous anger towards people who are
Esports
judgmental of
Batman
him.
used to be Destiny's friend?
I mean, he was I think like 12 or 13, 14-year community member, and he had permissions to join the stream.
So it was like a particularly bitter betrayal in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to that. I just think I know.
About Wicked surprising, he seemed normal. Yeah, that also kind of surprises me, but I never followed him that closely, so I can't know. Male BBD.
Him and Supreme are close. And
I was more asking
Supreme
for like
was,
an opinion, not factual reality.
like not close friends, but like.
Oh wait, I mean like to be very fair, okay, just to be very fair, I used to be a snarker, okay, so I used to be in these communities, and if you looked at me or whatever, you were like, oh my god, pretty girl. This pretty girl couldn't be a part of the snarker community. I mean, I was, okay, so then I decided one day that I was too pretty for this, and I left.
Yeah, like it was a streamer and a fan, but a fan who was like somebody who would come on and do like legal arguments and stuff.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's the I mean, to be honest, that's kind of like, I'm not trying to like kill the content or whatever, but that's really all I got, because the truth is that Steven is asserting and Dan is asserting that they have at least some correlative evidence that the Snarker server is bad and that you guys deserve what you're getting, but I haven't seen that
Yeah.
yet.
So like I think with your country's analogy, the better way to think about that is that like Destiny or Destiny's community was sort of a country and Kiwi Farms was a country. And Destiny was under attack or at war with the Kiwi Farms nation, okay? And basically Kiwi Farms doing war crimes back to Destiny's country, Destiny's community, but mostly just Destiny himself, but also I guess the people adjacent to him, right? And then eventually this stuff happened from Destiny, and then a different group of people started, criticizing him. But we follow all of the Geneva Conventions, we're like not doing war crimes, and essentially because we're at war with them,
What? Governments have never played dumb before to genocide? China isn't trying to cover up what's in Xinjiang? Hello?
like, well, actually we have like one way of dealing with these people, and they're doing war crimes to us, so now we're gonna blame you guys for the war crimes. Now we're gonna start doing war crimes back to you.
How do you feel about the accusations of like cross-pollination, where effectively like
I've begged repeatedly that if there's any evidence of this, I would appreciate it. What I don't appreciate, by the way, is them seeing the evidence of this, something being posted of
Sabosexual, cybersexual, 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 cybersexual. You, back in the day to Dan. You, on anything else, Colin.
Wick in a Discord that I was not active in, right? They left it there for 8 months without letting us know or without letting Wick know so they could use it as a card for like a manifesto or for a play later on. They didn't give a fuck about Wick's PII. Wick is a pawn for them to use.
What has it been the server? What's the server policy on if you found out somebody was doxing, harassing, or swatting on a different platform?
Gone.
So for instance, if there
This is beyond parody. I think this is just silly. Okay, I'm done. I'm good.